Welcome back to Ringer Tailgate, the Wednesday edition of the show. We are here and very excited to talk about National Championship game. We got some reactions to that. We'll also do our one big question of the week. Joel's going to give us his 1.0 big board. We have a lot of big boards in the Ringer universe. Todd McShay putting out a big board. Obviously, the fantasy/draft guys have their big board, but the only big board that matters in the tailgate world is what Joel's got. We also got a new fun game we're going to play, Ho or No, and we'll talk about some storylines. Yeah,
it's just
and we'll let Joel figure out.
The topic was that got knocked.
We got one topic that's been knocked off the board. Joel's going to save it for press box. First and foremost, let's say what's up to our guy Van Lathan. Van in San Francisco. How's it going, man?
Let's get this roof raised real quick, guys. We're here in San Francisco. By the way, I want to apologize to the entire Tailgate production staff. I was asking for the link in the actual chat, and I see here that they had actually emailed me the link. So
Donnie
I apologize
did say that.
to everybody. Shout out to Donnie, man. Shout out to Frias. Shout out to Alysha. Shout out to everybody to do. Raise the roof one more time for the people that produce the show. Please appreciate that. Thank you.
Always working hard for us. Yeah, you love to see that. We'll talk a little bit about San Francisco. I want to get your thoughts, Van. But first and foremost, we'll say what's up to Joel Anderson. What's up, Joel?
Man, what's up, y'all? I'm glad. What? I even got started.
As soon as you start talking, I can't help but laugh.
I know. Sorry about that. Well, I mean, yeah, we had a fun talk offline, but San Francisco, truly one of the best places for us to start because that is one of my favorite cities in the whole damn world. Like, it's so beautiful. Whenever I heard people maligning San Francisco, to a national audience or whatever for political reasons, because they want to create the idea that California is in chaos and disorder under Democratic leadership. But San Francisco is just so gorgeous. Like, you go out and it feels good. Like, the weather is great. You can see water. You can see mountains, man. And the food is great. They got a little bit of everything, man. Have you gone to the slide-in door or
I went to El Farolito for a burrito. Last night the whole Ringer crew went out to Oracle Park. We saw a baseball game. I had a hot dog. Then we went and had drinks on this hotel next to us, overlooking the whole city. Beautiful view. I made an Instagram video about the fact that when I got off the plane and got here, I've been to San Francisco before, but not, I'd say for maybe like 8 years. When I expected to see fucking Batman. With the Joker, the King Kong. I expected to see, it is gorgeous around here. I am sure. And we saw some of it when we walked to the stadium. Bills walking is just like, it's nuts. Everybody was like,
Bill is the best. Like someone could say hey to Bill. Like, I was in San Francisco back in the Warriors times. Like, he can walk by, say thank you, but not stop. Like, he's so good at getting by people, but also giving them what they want. It's like, I told him it was one of his greatest
this
skills.
is what it's like when you hang out with Bill Simmons. Whoa,
that's how you walk. Well, see, different. Okay, cool.
So I tell you, were you hanging out with Bill on this night?
They went to a Giants game, I think. Yeah.
So was you, Bill? Who else?
Who? Us?
Yeah. Who was at the game with you?
The whole crew.
The whole crew. Okay.
It's a great stadium too on the water. Yeah.
I'm bad at that, Tate. If you stop me, I'll stop and ask about your family.
Me too.
What school you went to.
Yeah.
The whole
I think that's a Southern thing. Like, I ask your name, where you're from,
and then I'll pull the whole. This is something that I do. Like, there's a family that saw us. Legitimately, I'm getting off the elevator, and this guy goes, he's walking around the corner. He goes, yep, there he is. Before he gets there, I promise you this happened.
Oh.
He goes, yep, there. And then he gets there and he points to his son. He goes, Midnight Boys. He points to his wife. He goes, Higher Learning. And he points to himself and he goes, Tailgate and the Rewatchables. All the stuff that he listens. It was a father, a son, and his wife. So we all get on the elevator together.
I'm gonna raise the roof for that guy.
Raise the roof for them, man.
That guy, man.
Raise the roof for them. And the son, he told me about his son. He goes, I see celebrities all the time, but my son never knows who anybody is. And he goes, I point you out. I had seen you before. He's like, well, now I'm seeing you again. I actually heard your voice as I was on the phone when you came around. He goes, but he actually knows who you are because he listens to the Midnight Boys. So we get downstairs, and I tell them, I say, if you guys hang out for a second, because we're all meeting to go to the game. If you guys hang out for a second, Bill and Mallory and Sean and Craig.
Oh yeah, the whole crew. Yeah. Oh man, y'all really want to think?
Bill and Mallory and Chris Ryan and Craig, they'll all be down there, right? If you hang out for a second. So I'm hanging out trying to like wait, And then they decide they have to go to the game or whatever. So they walk, and then all of a sudden the father goes, because Bill and them were already down there. They're on the other side of the little deal. So they're walking away, and I went, no, don't walk away. Come over. Come over and say hello to everyone. Yeah, let's have a
meet the family. Yeah.
Meet everyone. Meet everyone from the
wow.
ring. And I don't know if I should be doing that because I'm not so sure if nobody has a problem saying hello. Everyone's very polite, but I don't know if everyone is as apt to like hang around and talk as like I would be to take care.
Man,
Bill's incredible at it. Like he doesn't skip a beat. Like he just keeps walking.
He says hello to everyone though.
Yeah. No, that's what I mean. Like he gives them exactly what they want, but it's in this like perfectly timed way where like he's still going. And the only way for it to continue is if they were to start walking at the same pace as Bill, which would be weird, and nobody's gonna do that. So like he's able to breeze by.
Wow.
I told him it was one of his greatest skill sets, and I think he took it as a compliment. So
wow, look at y'all, man. That's what's up. Van.
Joel's getting mad.
No,
I don't understand why. Joel does not live here. It's so
not
fucking
anymore.
Funny to me.
Not anymore, though.
Everybody is begging. Just to let you guys know something that's happening behind the scenes.
It's really nice.
Tailgate is catching on. Let's be honest with you guys. Fuck it. We'll just go ahead and let you guys behind the curtain. The fucking podcast is catching on. People like what we're doing. Even people who hate me on every other podcast.
Okay.
When Van brings up race. He's obsessed with black, blah, 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 black, blah, 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 black. We hate it, right? They love Tailgate. They love Tailgate. People love Tailgate. Yeah, we hate Van. He blah, black Louisiana, Baton Rouge. But if he's on Tailgate, he's in his element. Tailgate is catching on to the degree that we actually need Joel to move to Los Angeles.
Shut up, man.
There we go.
I don't want to talk about
that's
this
a true thing.
I don't want to
actually need Joel to move to Los Angeles.
I can't. I
Joel
don't want to talk about
cannot
that.
move to Los Angeles. I understand that Joel has considerations with family and all that stuff. He can't move to Los Angeles. That's fine. But then he didn't act salty about things that happen that only could happen to him if he lived in Los Angeles.
But you're in San Francisco. This isn't happening in Los Angeles. You took a plane. Did you take a plane or did you drive?
This is an extension of being in LA.
No,
because
you just said you hadn't been to San Francisco in 8 years.
Okay.
Like,
let me tell you what happened.
I've been to St. Louis more than that. You know what I'm saying?
But let me tell you what happened though. What happens is I do podcasts that are based here,
right,
or based in LA, right? And then those podcasts travel, and I travel with those podcasts.
So you do a once a decade trip up to San Francisco, then?
I go wherever there's a live show. We've done live shows in goddamn New York. We've done live shows in Philly. We've done live shows all over the place.
Or if they did it in New York or Philly, I could have been there. You know what I'm saying?
But what I'm saying
DC.
is it's going to be difficult for you to be on the Rewatchables, Joel, because you don't live in Los Angeles.
Wait, you just said if they did a show in Philly, that's a 2-hour train ride for me.
I understand, but they're not going to put you on for a live show.
I work for the Ringer.
I understand that, but you have to be a part of the rotation.
No, you don't.
On there.
What? Okay. What's the rule? Is that a rule? Is that a
rule? I mean, the rule is they're not
going to do a live show with somebody who never appears on the podcast.
Yes. I mean, what difference does it make? I'm a Ringer. I work at the Ringer.
Joel, what's a film?
I could be on that podcast like I could be any other podcast.
What's a film that you want to see, Joel, on the Rewatchables that you would?
What's your
in your bag? You know what I mean?
Welcome Home, Roscoe Jenkins.
Okay, I thought you was gonna say Welcome Home, Roxy Carmichael, because I love that movie. Welcome Home, Roscoe Jenkins is a good one too. A lot of them. Joel, we could do our own little Tailgate rewatchables. That would really go over well with Bill. He would.
Look, man. I mean, look, bro. Have y'all done Harlem Nights yet? You know what I'm saying?
No, we didn't, but we did. Yeah. We did Boomerang.
Okay, see, all right. Dolomite 2, the Human Tornado. There's a lot of ground.
Oh wow!
Don't box yourself in, Joel. I mean, you can.
There was a time in my life where I would go to all the movies. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't miss it. I would even go to like the independent theater. I saw Mulholland Drive at the movie theater.
That's a great film.
Great film. So yeah, I did shit like that, but now I don't. I don't do.
Shout out to Naomi Watts.
The point,
and Laura,
Laura Herring from you know what else she was in? She was in Twin Peaks, but Laura Herring was also in a movie called Lambada.
Yeah,
you know Lambada.
I remember Lambada.
You guys, people forget it. Was it the dance of what is it called? Lambada, the forbidden Lambada, the forbidden dance. She was in
a big deal.
The movie was about the Lambada, doing the Lambada. And how sensual and sexy was something behind the dance. And Laura Herring was in that. She also played the wife in The Punisher. I thought she was going to be a bigger deal. She's very, very beautiful.
Yeah, good actor.
The Punisher with Thomas Jane, the one with John Travolta. That was mostly an abomination, but I liked it for some reason.
Yeah, what movie are you guys doing up there?
We're doing Basic Instinct.
I mean, I could do that. You know what I'm saying?
I know you could. Why don't you just move to LA?
Joe, I believe.
I don't have to move to LA. This isn't happening in LA. This is happening in San Francisco, just like the other live shows are happening in other places.
Joe, I will say it's a lot of pressure. Like once you go on there, like a lot of people are gonna have takes, like what Van was saying at the top. They want it to be a certain way.
I know that people would hate me. Yeah, I mean, shit. Van's the one that told me to stop talking about race on this show. You know what I'm saying? You did, yeah. You were just like, hey man, it's kind of hard to build a show. You were cooking out the pride. You were cooking out the pride.
I think he said it on the show.
What I said was, this is what I'll say. What we can do is we can make this a political show. Whatever. I didn't tell you to stop talking about race.
You were talking about Maryland football.
I'll tell you something, Joe. Like me and Bomani talked about this.
Okay, I don't want to.
Bomani said the only time he feels like an Uncle Tom is when he's around you. Joel, it's like Joel said that. Joel's like, what the? Because I'm on that shit, but when it's around you, it's fucking everything. It's like, yeah, that fucking McDonald's commercial. I bet you don't know how racist that. I'm like, damn, what the fuck is going on?
I know,
I never said we have to talk about race. We're talking about a black sport. You know what I mean? But
was that the most like a celebrity you've ever felt in life? Like somebody doing that to you?
Doing what?
What they did in San Francisco, man, with the nice little family. That was you've had it more. Yeah. More benefit of fame. You felt more famous than that.
Yep.
A random person being like, yo, let me introduce my kid to you.
Yep.
He's saying that wasn't the first time that's happened, Joel.
It's definitely not the first time it's happened, but the reality of the situation is I've been in rooms with other famous people and all of them knew who I was. And that
means more.
Who's the most famous person that you were surprised knew you?
Rihanna.
Who?
Second most, because you give Rihanna answer a lot.
Rihanna's the undefeated answer.
Like here's the deal. There's no way for me to do this, and like not come off like a complete douchebag. So we should just move on.
You already all right? Well, you kind of put.
Rihanna was a great answer.
It was, man.
There's no way for me to do this and like not.
Joel, who was your answer in that same situation?
What's my answer for what?
Someone that recognized you that's famous. Vance's Rihanna.
Actually, the question was the most I felt famous. When I was working in Shreveport on Sunday afternoon, I went with my mama and my girlfriend at the time. We went to the buffet at the El Dorado Casino.
What I'm talking about.
And so I'm getting ready to leave, and one of the bus boys, dudes, he's like, hey, you the dude from the Times, right? The Shreveport Times. I was like, yeah. And he's like, bro, I want to ask you a question. And I'm just thinking, oh, shit. And this is in front of my, I'm like, kind of fuck shit. People recognize me in the city. You know what I'm saying? Shreveport, shout out. And he says, where do you know to get a good Philly cheesesteak here? And I was like, I really don't. That's not.
You're like, I'm not on the food beat.
Yeah, I'm not on the. Although I did restaurant reviews.
Billy said that was a sad story.
It was. Yeah, I did restaurant.
Oh, you did restaurant reviews.
I did everything. I did restaurant reviews.
Okay. It's like, wow, you
were on the beat,
motherfucker.
Okay.
I did. I covered City Hall. I covered crime. I covered high school football.
You had a lot to cover.
Yeah, there was a lot of shit to do down there, man.
You know what? That's sad because it used to be like that was a job for like everybody independently had their own beat. Now you got like 5 beats.
Yeah, man, it was crazy. I love Shreveport, man. Shreveport was my shit. But that was the most I was like, God damn, this motherfucker. He came over to me with my family on a Sunday morning at the casino. Could not eat, and he left me. He waited till the strategic moment that I was getting ready to leave the casino to ask me if I knew about where I could get a Philly cheesesteak. An answer I did not have.
Well, Rihanna, Philly cheesesteak guy. And
shout out to everybody, man.
Yeah, shout out to everybody.
Shout out to Joe moving to LA. The clock is ticking and it's gonna happen. Shout out to Joe moving to LA.
Yeah, it's gonna happen.
You can't go to the next level till you move to Los Angeles, Joe.
Joe, imagine us all three in studio. You know what I mean?
What's the next level to me would be more money. Like that's the next level.
Whatever the next level is to you.
We have to be more popular, and then you get more leverage, and then you get more money.
Well, do I need to go to LA to be more popular?
Yes.
Yeah, we can do more stuff if you come out here. Yeah, you can. Yep, 1000%. That's the answer is yes.
All right. Well, what would we do?
Nope.
Yeah, what do y'all be doing now?
Nope.
Okay. All right.
The answer is yes. We would be.
Van and I went to dinner not too long ago. Tommy Alter,
went to dinner with Cam Johnson. Like we out there.
Oh yeah, that's like Tommy Alter. That's right, man. I've never met.
Yeah, it was just more stuff would be happening. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
And all those parties you're mad about that you didn't get invited to.
But I probably
can't go to because
I wouldn't go
don't live here anyway.
I wouldn't.
It's
I wouldn't go to.
odd to me.
I wouldn't even go to those parties.
You're talking about stuff that you cannot possibly do because of logistics, and yet you still feel slighted in some way. It's so hilarious.
False is because I could, if the Ringer Rewatchables had a live show in Philly or New York, I could easily take a train up there. Wouldn't be a problem.
But then you would have to buy a ticket. You'd be in the crowd.
Yeah,
and I think that would make you. That's what I would have to do too. I think it would make you feel worse. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It make you feel.
Yeah, we didn't go though. As a matter of fact, not only did we not go, we cooked you. You could have gone, and we made you come to us.
All right, man.
So that's the way I look at that. Well, I look at if you was a real G, you'd have just went and went on your own. But we was like, nah, you can't.
I was trying to build team unity.
The text bros told the text bros told Joel Anderson.
Said we're gonna be in LA.
That you come to LA.
I see. Did y'all cook Billy too? Because Billy didn't even have to leave town.
Billy was part of the plan.
It'd be like Billy.
Y'all made Billy get his ass up out of town.
Billy was going to pull his credential.
He was right there. He had to leave and go all the way across the country, man.
And when you got here, we played with you. Pause again. We did the soup prank on you. Text bros laid the law down.
That took a lot. Yeah, that was a lot of. And if Joel had followed me in my car, it would all work.
What a great pitch! Oh man, I can't wait.
All right, Joel, we'll get you to LA at some point. I'm proud of Billy for not jumping in. I thought Billy.
I thought he was going to jump in here.
He probably was doing something.
Oh, here he is.
There he is, right there. Come on, dude. Raise it up.
Well, here's the thing: is I'm worried from the last couple episodes because I feel like we kind of end up going down the same path episode after episode where we just start making fun of Joel and Tussling. And then people are like, everybody's picking on Joel. You guys are bullying him. But
some people say I bring it on myself. Some of the commenters. So, you
100% do. Like for frame of reference, last week we had no intention of talking to you about Tussling at all. Until we had a guest on and you decided to ask that guest about Tussling, but that didn't air until way after. We then
shout out to Clark Kellogg. He handled that with class.
It was entertaining. You guys,
he's actually talking about. Are you talking about Lattimore or are you talking about Clark
Kellogg? Both.
I was talking about both, but this is what happened.
I didn't bring up Tussling with Marcus Lattimore.
We recorded that stuff out of order. So like you brought it up with Clark. We had no intention of talking about Tussling. But then after you open the Tussling door, then the intro goes back to Tussling talk because we hadn't talked to you about that since. So like there's these accusations that we do this to you, but that's never the intention. We never kind of start the episodes saying we want Joel to complain about this. We want him to feel slighted about this. We want to bully him into moving into LA.
I actually don't know because I'm not on that text thread.
But so
you presumably the suit thing happened some sort of way.
There's a whole rundown about what this was supposed to be.
You all coordinated that in some way.
Unveil your big board later on this episode. Like there's actual plans, but then you just start kind of taking us down these paths and we fall into like this comfortable familiarity with you.
It's like all of a sudden we're in room 227.
Yeah. Like, it's the weirdest thing.
I didn't talk. The thing is, look, I didn't bring up Tussling now. So if you guys continue to talk about it, that is on y'all.
No tussle talk.
The second thing is that it was a good clip, wasn't it? When I asked Clark Kellogg about Tussling. It was
fantastic.
Yeah, did numbers, right? You know what I'm saying? So it was a good question to ask. I did it for the show.
But so all of that's fine. Okay. I just don't want the audience to continuously look at what just happened. We were talking about. I happened to be in San Francisco. We were talking about the Rewatchables live show. Yes. Joel is the one who decided to take the fact that I am with my coworkers.
Oh no! I asked
for the flex or slight. In no reason. Everyone can discern what you intimated, Joel. Like that's the thing. With people that I'm around all the time.
I know
because I live in Los Angeles. I see him at Sycamore all the time. Every fucking day. It's not a big deal.
Last week, we were having a
Sean. You
see him all the time.
We
were having a tailgate meeting. and you couldn't you didn't even stay in the meeting for 5 minutes because you were at Bill's house. You know what I'm saying? So I know you hang out with him all the time. I get it.
Yeah,
do
the show.
Podcast.
Yeah, man. Where y'all going tonight, man? Is it after the show? Y'all gonna go do something?
You want to pull up, Joel, or what?
I mean, man, what was the name of that burrito place that I used to love there, man?
Oh, I'm going to El Farolito is mine.
Oh no, bro. It's a Filipino burrito place. It's a Filipino burrito place, and it is amazing. One of my favorite burritos. People will remember, man. But yeah, I'm not going to be able to find it in time, so we might as well move on. Well, hold on. Actually, I might actually find it here. Hold on.
All right. Well,
okay. Well, you find
Senor Sisig.
What's it called?
Senor Sisig. Senor Sisig. It's in Mission. Yeah, I love that burrito. Amazing. Filipino. Yeah. San Francisco style fusion. Nice.
I like that. Hey, San Francisco got some bomb ass Mexican food, bomb ass Asian food.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
It's nice.
San Francisco going crazy. Yeah.
I love San Francisco, man. I love that city, man. It's so great. Miss it.
Well, I hope you can get back one day, Joel. Maybe we all go up there.
Maybe we do.
I could have been invited to this too. I mean, to be honest, I don't have to live in LA to go to San Francisco once again, but that's fine.
Why do you think that you would be invited to this? Like, this is the part that I think that everyone.
I mean, if it's there's this whole. I mean, let's not even talk about this. But there's this whole thing about your career really take off if you come to move to LA, and then we'll put you on a show. Well, fuck it. I work at the Ringer right now.
I said our show, Joe.
Our show. Okay, that too. But you're talking about how would I hope? Okay, anyway, whatever.
But have you Joel? No one's flying in to do rewatchables. It's people that live there that then get asked to come on. Van get asked to come on. He does well. People enjoy it. So hey, come back. Let's do another episode. Like that's how it works. It's not like
this is a Ringer live show. We're gonna have some of our other friends from the Ringer come here tonight.
Tate.
Joel drove up from
You've
DC.
never been on the show before.
Tate.
But it doesn't make a difference.
Please.
Is that a rule?
You're like
Joel is never
going
gonna drop. We can't make sense.
You don't talk about
We
soccer.
can't make sense to Joel as far as
Is that? I'm just saying. That doesn't make any sense to me. That is a hard rule. You have to have been on the show to participate in the Rewatchables live show. That's a hard and fast rule. Nobody has ever been on stage.
I don't know, but normally yes.
Okay.
Normally to participate.
It's a small group, Joel.
Clearly, I got it.
It's hard to break.
I'm not in it.
Okay.
Neither am I. You and I are fine.
I mean, yeah, man. You know how Bill walks in person, so it's all right.
I mean, that's because I was his bitch boy producer. You know what I mean? I was just.
Hey, you know
around.
what we gotta do? You know what we gotta do?
Yeah.
This is for the Gators out there.
For the Gators.
Mm-hmm.
We got to get Simmons on this pod.
I agree.
We got to get
because
he loves the show. Honestly, it's the only show of mine right now that he's actually bringing up. But like he loves the show. He loves the show. Touts the show the whole night. We got to get Simmons on because Joel and Bill have to have this conversation. And Joel, I'm telling you right now, I'm laying down the gauntlet. We will get Bill on Tailgate. We'll get Bill on Tailgate.
I'm tired. Don't put another challenge on me. Listen. Every week I have some sort of challenge.
Fuck no. Bill will be in Sycamore. We will set up a 2-shot. We will get Bill on Tailgate. And Joel, I want all of the same energy for Bill.
Absolutely
Why don't you put me on the rewatchables?
Absolutely
Why
not.
Don't you fly me
that is my boss.
show?
I'm grateful for my career.
Why don't you do this? Why?
Yeah,
Bill,
no, I'm not gonna.
You don't sound grateful.
Murph, Bill, the whole shit.
And once again,
I want to hear all of the same shit to Bill that you're saying right now.
My favorite.
None of this makes any sense
I've
whatsoever.
said this before. My favorite line from DMX. It was in the Shut 'Em Down remix. And he says, "Niggas pumped you up to watch you get beat." That is Van in a nutshell.
That's not true.
He can't wait. He can't wait to see me run up and confront somebody for his own entertainment without any concern for what it might mean for me or my life or my health. You know what? Why would I confront my boss? I'm not going to do that.
He's also telling you your boss hears this, so he knows that you're saying this. True. So this is almost kind of like a test. Like, is Joel going to say it to my face face or not? And maybe this is one of those things where he'll
respect it more if you say something.
Yeah,
I'm on Bill's side.
I don't trust y'all.
Yeah.
Maybe we don't know. There's only
you don't know. That's what I'm saying. I'm gonna be the same Joel around him that I've always been the few times I've been around him.
Well,
Listen.
he tweeted at someone the other day, like quote tweeted and kind of went at somebody, and a lot of people were saying that was Joel energy. So I mean, that was a nice moment as well. Like people
I don't
were
mind that being an influencer.
Yeah,
you call somebody a
back to
dickhead, right?
Yeah.
Dickhead. It was a nigga named Tommy Gunn. That was funny. I'm sorry. It's like
cracked
that's
me
funny.
up. Yeah,
that was funny.
Great.
That was funny. Tommy Gunn tried to strike back, but that's between Tommy and Bill. But that was funny. That was funny to me.
It was giving Frank Lucas headshot. You know what I mean? In American Gangster, like Bill just took him out.
Coming through. That's right. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I was impressed. Yeah, I like that.
I'm not so sure about the merits of the argument because I have no clue what the fuck they were arguing over in the first place. I was like reacting. I was reacting to the fact that like for whatever reason, this guy at this time got under Bill's skin and Bill just called him a dickhead and went in on it. It's hilarious to me.
Yeah, it was good. And then for Joel to get credit for it, I thought was really nice for Tailgate. I was like, people are listening, It was a nice little
bring it up tonight at dinner.
There. Yeah. We'll see what we can do. Love to hear it. All right, let's get into the show. We got Joel's big board coming up as promised, but first we'll do a quick one big reaction. National championship game was on Monday night. The real big story is that the Big Ten continues to dominate in the new era, right? We got the national champions, Indiana, also Michigan now, the national champions in basketball, UCLA women, national champions as well, and women's basketball. So it's all Big Ten everything. Joel, I'll go to you first here. Wow. Big reaction to the Big Ten domination.
Oh, I didn't expect to have to go first, but that's fine.
You want to pass the baton to Van?
Yeah, Van, you go first.
Okay. Van, Big Ten domination.
Big Ten domination. The Big Ten is the most dominant. I don't know that the SEC was ever this dominant across two sports in terms of football and basketball. There were times when the SEC was super dominant in football, and then they had a couple of programs relevant in basketball. Maybe you had a Kentucky, Alabama will come around, Tennessee will come around. Ladies basketball was different. But the class that was displayed by the Big Ten in the tournament and across the basketball season, the Big Ten has this era figured out. They have it figured out from a player development standpoint, from an NIL standpoint, from an infrastructure standpoint. It seems like they were way more ready for it than the SEC was. But yeah, really the tournament.
2012, we had LSU win the national championship, Kentucky win the men's basketball national championship. So SEC had it, decade ago.
No. At the top of the conference for sure, right? I'm not saying it. Look, I'm at the top of the conference for sure. There's always been teams that have able. The SEC really their relevance in college basketball and. Tate, you can catch me up on this. The SEC's, to me, their reputation from a basketball standpoint was a team that had a couple of blue bloods. Maybe they had, I don't know, programs like Arkansas who got the right coach, got the right players in. They were going crazy. Kentucky has always been the bellwether of the
Kentucky, Florida was kind of like early
Kentucky,
2000s.
Florida has always had a fantastic basketball program, but a program that would have little lulls at times.
Right. Once Billy Donovan left, they went down. Yep.
Right. But even prior to Billy Donovan, right? Remember they made a Final Four.
Yeah.
They got to a Final Four with Dimitri, the meat hook.
The meat hook.
They made a Final Four. Florida basketball has always been relevant. Kentucky basketball has always been elite. The Tennessee men came along. Auburn had times when they were a top 5, top 10, top 15 team. Obviously, Bruce Pearl there for a while. So it's never been they pump a lot of resources in. It's never been like a conference that was completely irrelevant. But if you compared it to, say, the Pac-12 or at times the Big East, particularly in the 90s with the Big East and some of the other Big Ten stuff, there's always a little bit behind to me, in basketball at least.
Yeah.
That began to, obviously the ACC, that began to change. Football, it was never an issue. Now you have a situation where with conference realignment, the Big Ten is a power basketball conference. At the same time, it is a power football conference, like the ability to go out there and bully people. So I think that they're flexing their muscle, and the tournament showed it. And a tournament that to me was up and down, was not a particularly amazing tournament.
Yeah, and it was a lot of, it's portal talk too. 5 transfers, 5 starters that win the national championship. So it's a Big Ten conversation, but it's also a portal conversation because Indiana did the same thing, right, Joel?
Oh yeah, no, that's absolutely right. And the thing that I was actually thinking about this is, can we just stop pretending to care about if teams are made up of transfers? Like I've just been having this ongoing fight with people about the transfer portal and how it's contributing to the unsustainable nature of the game, which I just think is ridiculous. But the thing that Michigan sort of brought into focus for me, it was like, oh, we love the Fernando Mendoza and Kurt Signetti and the James Madison of the Indiana National Championship run, right? Like it's like, oh man, these guys transferred from a lower level school, they went to a higher level school, and they accomplished way beyond anybody's expectations. We love it. I'm glad it all worked out. And so the difference is that if they had just gone 6-6 and won the Independence Bowl, presumably people would use them as a cudgel and it's like concern trolling about the transfer portal. Well, man, I don't understand how they can graduate. You motherfuckers have never cared if these motherfuckers graduated. Man, stop it. Like nobody cares. Nobody.
Yeah, no
cares
one's had
about
their
that
graduation rate hanging up as a banner.
Stop it. Yeah, absolutely. And so the thing with Michigan, hey man, Dusty May's been there 2 years. He brought all these transfers together. One from UAB, Eli Cadeau, who's underappreciated in North Carolina. All these guys, and now he brought them together. They dominated the regular season, won the school's first championship in 37 years.
1989.
And, yeah, and even improved their draft stock. And it's like we like look. Michigan thinks of these boys as theirs, and they know that they weren't all in that school 2 years ago. So if the line between how transfers are remembered or whether they win or lose, I would suggest that a lot of this shit is just stupid, and that like we don't have to pretend that college sports are in some sort of bad shape. If you're not cutting a check for any of this shit, it shouldn't matter to you. The games are entertaining. Teams that have never won before are showing you that they can win now. Players seem to be happy with it. They've got their full labor rights in a way that generations of players could only have dreamed of. So like just enjoy the shit. Don't complain about the transfer portal because it's not working. Also, we see the ratings. We know you're watching these games, so it doesn't really bother you.
Yeah, most watched tournament since 1993. So a lot of people are watching, which is good news for college sports.
For you, I know in football, it changes things a little bit for me just because of how I view college football. I view college football, and Joe's right. Everything that Joe's saying is true, but I view college football as more of a cultural battle than I ever viewed professional football. Professional football creates culture with dollars. And then those dollars, obviously it's regional, right? Obviously it's where you're from and all of that stuff, right? But college football created culture to me at the time. Like obviously there were always dollars involved, but it's also allegiance to the soil. It was it was regional, but it was about a cultural oneness and an understanding. You know, even when you were a big Texas recruit and you went to Oklahoma, that was like a huge deal, right? Because you were going, if you were a big, like Devonta Smith ends up at Alabama, that's like a gigantic thing because he's leaving the soil where he's from. He's going now. Obviously, there are all kinds of considerations that go into that. And it was never not about money. It was never not about, how well-resourced the programs were. It was always about that. But what undergirded it to me, at least it was my love for LSU, which is my love for Louisiana, right? I'm not saying that doesn't exist in professional sports. Of course it exists in professional sports. But in college sports, the young men were making decisions that seemed to be based on their hearts a little bit more. That's obviously gone, and maybe it was never true, right? That's obviously gone, maybe it was never true. To you, someone who I don't know if you're a college basketball purist, but you're certainly a college basketball aficionado insofar as like you have
I'm a purist, but not like a person that's like using the purism as a way to not pay people. You know what I mean? Like that's
precisely.
Yeah.
You like this is now led to the point where Mike Malone is the head coach at UNC.
Shout out, my guy.
Okay, cool. How do you feel about the new era of college basketball to where you have the 5 transfers, the brand new coach? It's Michigan. They called them missionaries. They called them mercenaries and all of that stuff. How do you feel?
Yeah. I mean, look, it's a fascinating conversation, but I also think that, you can pick and choose your battles if you want to frame it that way. But we all kind of know what it is. And you talk to any of these old coaches. I did that 5-star series, and I was talking, about Garfinkel and talking about back in the 80s. And one of the things that stuck with me was even in the 1980s, you had to deal with, quote unquote, the economics of the situation, right? So to act like the economics of the situation have never been addressed and handled and, discussed under the table has always been a little bit of a farce. And I think it's always been the big lie that we all want to live under, that they picked the school because they love the school and they're true blue and it's a 40-year decision and all this sort of stuff. But we know what it is. Now it's front door instead of back door. Calipari was on with Billis at College Game Day, and they had a nice back and forth. And I thought Billis, was maybe a little bit sticking his chest out to kind of, thump the train to say, hey, you guys have always been doing this, and Calipari was a little bit stunted by that fact, but that is the reality. I think it's pro sports. I said back in 2021 there was going to be a world where this is the ABA and the NBA is the NBA, and they're going to compete with each other. And I think that's where we're going to get to at some point, where the money continues to drum up, and there's just basically brands, and these are businesses. And yes, they're tied to academic institutions, but these are athletic pro teams that might be able to go independent of those academic institutions and basically be sponsored by those academic institutions. So, I mean, it's a new changing landscape, but at the same time, I think it is a little bit similar. And the loyalty and the fact that you can move wherever you want to move at any point, that's been pushed against. But every time they go and they get it in the courts, they lose, because what other business is able to tell you what you can do with your free will? So, I mean, the free will is what it comes down to. And if somebody wants to be somewhere, they're allowed to be somewhere. And I think, you can, try to grasp at straws and try to do, well, I like the purest version of this. Student athlete was created as a way to be a way to basically subvert the fact that the money's being made. And as soon as they did the TV contracts, we all know what it was. So
it was a dodge of workplace injury compensation. Like
that's why
it was a term of
more than anything.
It was a term of art. That's how student athlete came up. But I just want to ask you this, Van. I mean, you an LSU fan. You weren't excited about Jaden Daniels, Angel Reese. Now that you were hype about getting Jordan Seaton. Jordan Seaton was at Colorado last year. So like but you don't think these boys and these girls is any less of LSU Tigers than you did before?
I'm definitely hype about those players. I'm not shaking my finger at this at all. Like,
no, I'm just asking.
No, I'm definitely hype about those players. I also think about other players. I think about players like Tyrann Mathieu or Morris Claiborne, players that came in. I'm not so sure about Badger, but Claiborne was definitely a 3-star, right? And he was what we call.
I covered him in high school.
It was fantastic. Fair Park, Shreveport.
Fair Park, that's right.
Like he was what we call Louisiana 3-star, somebody that was going to blossom at LSU because of the deep talent pool that exists in the state. Maybe other places don't get to see Fair Park play that much. Maybe he develops in a way athletically. Tyrus Thomas, another guy like that, right? Who them being the proximity that they have to the school and to the pipelines there mean that they go there and get a chance to develop. They go there and get a chance to actually go make a bunch of money, right? At LSU, and it's there for them. Those players will have less opportunity, at least at that school, than they did before, because a 3-star coming in is going to be very difficult for that 3-star to beat out somebody that LSU paid a bunch of money for.
Well, now you go to Tulane for 2 years and you show yourself off, and then you get in the portal and you get pulled up to LSU. I mean, that's sort of how it's changed.
You could at the same time, Tulane and some of these other places.
No disrespect to Tulane. I mean, it's a good
playoff team.
Like, no disrespect to what was going on at Tulane, all of that stuff. There are players to me that are going to fall through the cracks. This is just me being devil's advocate on it. Because Tulane does not have some of these places. These players will be so overwhelmingly talented they'll go there and they'll figure it out. But Tulane is not LSU in terms of player development, or not, at least wasn't LSU in terms of, at that point. I could argue that LSU has not been fantastic at player development in the last 5 or 6 years, and I would win that argument 10 out of 10 times. All the time. That's really been the thing that's been lacking at LSU, not the talent acquisition, but the development of that talent. So yeah, I think there's pros and cons on both sides of it. I don't really care. And one reason why I don't care is because my particular school is always going to be a school where whoever's in charge is going to be under immense pressure to compete. Immense pressure to compete. Like, there are things that the LSU fan base will accept inside the community of Louisiana, inside cities like Lafayette, Baton Rouge, New Orleans, New Iberia, Lake Charles, Shreveport. They'll accept some dysfunction in those cities for actual product on the field if they had to make that decision. But there are other programs that this is not going to quite be the same for, right? There are other programs. There you go. That's fine. And we'll see this kind of among economic levels more than in past years.
If you're at Wyoming or you're at Iowa State, you know what it is. You know
what if you're Florida State?
I mean, it depends on how much you're willing to play.
Right.
I mean, sometimes you're on the right side of it. Sometimes you're not. I mean, Florida State loaded up.
And
on
sometimes you get burned
year.
developing, guys underneath, and then they leave you when they're ready to go too. I mean, that's the other part of it.
And
right?
you still got to fill out your roster with 3 stars. Like that's the fact of the matter is that your average player is probably, with the exception of a handful of rosters, it's probably rated lower than a 3-star. 3-star is still a really good.
There's plenty
athlete.
of 3 stars that have been better than 5 stars. Also, a lot of times those local kids that they kind of know where they're going to go, they don't get watched as much, and they don't get kind of pumped up in those services because it sounds better to sell the idea that this 5-star that we've been watching for so long that's from this certain place is going to go somewhere. And then there's Julius Peppers, who's in North Carolina. You know what I mean? That's kind of hiding in plain sight, but nobody's going to go watch him because he's going to Carolina. You know what I mean?
But you know what they did get a chance to do though? They got a chance to shine in camps. And make their case. They got a chance. So those kids that you're talking about, those 3 stars or whatever, they got a chance to go to camps. They got a chance to go to local stuff, and they got a chance to shine there. And they got a chance to shine and stand out and get recruited and then go places and actually play their way onto the team. It's just different in a situation. First of all, it was always different, right? So it was always different. It was always different when you had a 4 or 5-star athlete that was highly touted and recruited. It was always difficult for a player of lower stature to beat that player out because part of the reputation of the coaching staff for examining and identifying talent was saying we could go out and get this 4-star, develop this 4-star. The more of those guys that miss, the fan base starts to go, I saw this guy in high school. I see all the measurables. Why can't you guys get the best out of him? Doesn't matter whether or not the motherfucker can play football or not. People have that question. So it's always happened, right? But when there is an economic investment into that person, they got to fucking figure it out. It's just, it is different. And I've seen this. It is different. It is different. That person that you paid $1 million, $1.5 million for, they on the fucking field. That's it. Like they
just like pro sports.
We all
like
athletes here.
They on the fucking field. That's it.
But in the past, it was like, we got you a house, we got you a car, we got your dad a job.
We got your mom and dad.
You know what I
mean? Like all of that stuff though that you're talking about, that stuff was for way less of a concentration of players than it will be for now.
And now you're paying you an exposure.
Now you're spreading around $40 million. All of that stuff that we're talking about existed.
Right.
That legitimately was for 2 or 3 players on a roster. That was not for. But now you're talking about the fact that there are players now that
a lot more players getting paid.
$500,000. All of that's fine. I'm not saying the problem with it. I'm just saying that like there's good to it. And then there's a part of it that fundamentally changes the game, and everyone has to kind of wake up to that.
And the Big Ten has
the Big Ten has been able to do that.
Yeah. I just kind of feel like that they'll be happy as long as they win, and they'll be sad about it if they lose, and they're going to adapt to it no matter what. I'm not saying like nothing lasts forever. I don't know if college football ratings are going to go up, in perpetuity, but right now things seem to be trending really well, and I'm like, what? Like, how can everybody be so cool about us getting, a couple of days ago, we thought we were going to bomb around, but college football is in some sort of panic. Like people, we got to do something that's unsustainable. We got Cody Campbell can't stop throwing money out of his pants. You know what I'm saying?
What the fuck are you talking about?
Just kind of, I don't know. It just feels like people are talking about college football like we're at war with Iran or something. And I'm like, no, dog, it's not. College football is fine. If the colleges decide, you know what? We're not getting a lot of investment out of this, or the donors ain't giving us some more money, we're not going to give the players more money. And then people will move on and it'll be fine. Anyway.
I know man, Joe going to end up being my best friend in the world. Joe, you could have been player proof easily. You know who Joe was? Joe was, I'm a G, my homeboy who now.
Really? Okay.
By the way, do you know I'm a G guy?
Yeah.
Raise the roof for him.
Raise the roof.
Yeah, raise that. Yeah,
the I'm a G guy is in a conundrum.
Oh no!
Because he wants credit for that. He can't take the credit.
He wants pay for play
because he's still with his girl,
and
he said, I should just come on the podcast and tell y'all what my mindset was. I was like, please, I was like, please
I
come on the
kinda wanna hear
podcast.
that.
And then he's like, nah, I can't do it because, bro, that's just gonna open up some. And I was like, look, are you still a G?
Can we do him like as one of those witnesses that has the
Oh,
voice
man,
change
yeah.
and he's like
Blur
in a
his
dark
voice up.
room? You know what I mean? He's like,
The
you know that I
problem
said I
is
was a
not
G.
that.
Yeah.
Frias
The
could put something
problem is
together.
not that everybody else is going to know. The problem is that she will know.
Yeah.
She will know.
'Cause
Without
she
a
can
doubt,
share it.
she
Yeah.
will know. So we'd have to hide it from her. She will know. And the thing about Joel's, what Joel just said was, that's something I'm a G shit. Like, we're talking about a problem that is a cultural issue or at least a touch point within our world. And Joel goes, no, we about to bomb Iran. What it seems like is that that's the kind of thing that you say when your girl done gone through your phone and she's all mad about it. And you go,
You go
man,
big
kids
picture.
starving in Africa. You going through my motherfucking phone. Can you keep your eye on the ball?
You talking
know
about
what
small
I'm going
problems.
through?
I mean, I just
You know what people in my hood is going through?
There's
You know
bigger
what I do
Trump
for
is
the people in
involved
my
in both
hood?
of them.
And you going through my fucking phone?
He's been urgently involved in both of these issues. Okay, so I'll say that clearly they're equivalent. They are equivalent. Hey, so I did promise I was going to ask this. Since you bringing up girls and shit, what your TED talk, man, about beating your meat?
I gotta save it for higher learning. I gotta save it for higher learning.
I told people you were going to do it on here.
Okay, you want me to do it? Okay, fuck it.
Just give,
Okay,
just you
all
know,
right, fine.
a quick spiel.
Let's do it here. Let's do it here.
I do want to see Rachel's reaction when you do this.
No,
Yeah.
because if I do it on higher learning, the people keep telling me on higher learning I'm the creepy uncle of higher learning.
Oh,
all right.
No.
You'll be accepted over here.
So this is what the tweet was. The tweet was this woman that was saying, she essentially said, she said in a very colorful way, shout out to this sister. Somebody find the tweet so we can give her credit for it. But she said, why would you want to beat your meat when you have all of this pussy at home? So that's what she said, guys. Okay.
Yeah.
She said it.
You're just quoting. That was in quotes.
Yeah, it's quoting. Yeah.
Okay. And so I said I could do a TED Talk to explain this. I could do a TED Talk to explain why a man would want to masturbate when he lives with a woman and supposedly,
yeah,
in theory, can have sex when he wants. So there are a couple of points here. Number one, you can't have sex when you want. That's not true. Okay. So that's not a thing. You can't have sex when you want. The idea that because you live with a woman, you can have sex whenever you want is actually not true. Because sex is between two people and one person has to consent to sex, which means they have to be ready for it, which means they can't be tired, they can't be aggravated at you, they have to want to have sex.
Yeah.
So there are a lot of brothers out there thinking that, when I move in with somebody, when I get married to someone, that whenever I'm down for sex, we are going to have sex. That is simply not true. And not only is it not true, but it's actually kind of a dangerous modality of thought to think that whenever you want to have sex with someone because you're in a domicile with them, that they're just going to be ready for it.
They're available to you, yeah.
Yeah, so number one, that's not true. But I tell you who will consent whenever you're ready to have sex with them. You will never tell yourself no. When it's time to go, you will be ready to have sex with yourself. So that means if you're ready for it and you got your olive oil solution, the computer's right there, you need to go to sleep, you need a dopamine hit, you will always be ready for yourself. That's number one.
Yeah,
number two thing is this, and it's oriented around selfishness. Something that I truly believe is that human beings desperately need the opportunity to be selfish sometimes. They do.
Oh.
The opportunity to be selfish, to be only concerned with self, you need that every now and again. Not all the time, but you need that every now and again. What is the best time to only be concerned about self?
Yeah.
When you're alone.
Yeah.
If you're around other people and you are only concerned about self, that will rub people the wrong way. It will alienate people. It will push them away.
You might be a sociopath,
Might be a sociopath.
When you're alone, you can rub yourself the right way.
The reason why being by yourself is cool is because you only get to think about you. You only get to be concerned about you. For small moments, little moments, that is why masturbation is important. Masturbation is important because it is you with you and you taking care of you. That lets you go out and not be selfish with other people in other situations. I don't know about everybody else, but I'm an involved lover. So when I meet someone
Yeah.
sexually,
Involved love
it is
with Van.
my goal to not be concerned with self as much. It's my goal to make sure that that person feels connected, that they feel
People pleaser.
with me. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So that is not just something I'm doing for me. I'm not using a woman as a receptacle for a masturbatory sexual experience. I am sharing
The we over
an
me
experience.
mentality.
Yeah.
That's
When
right.
I am with myself, I take my time.
Man.
I might stop down for a second, walk around.
Yeah.
I might look at different things. Sometimes if an alert pops up and an ESPN story pops up or a news story pops up, stop, look at the story, get back to it.
Yeah.
You got a halftime.
Yeah.
It's
No
like
need to rush. You ain't
halftime.
gotta rush. Well, that's
No, you ain't rushing. Well, I mean, depends on what's going on, right?
Well, yeah.
You're not rushing. You're not doing
I remember
anything.
those things.
It is something that, to me, is actually valuable.
Yeah.
And this is my last point. The reality is this. Sometimes it's difficult. Like, I don't want to speak for all men. I'll speak for myself. Sometimes it's difficult to actually make the case that the end all be all of everything in your life does not revolve around your relationship, right? That you are still an individual person. And you're an individual person that will make these fantastic individual mistakes, but that will achieve these fantastic individual goals. And sometimes you just need some individual attention. Sometimes you want to read by yourself.
Yeah.
Sometimes you want to run by yourself.
Yeah.
Sometimes you want to watch a movie by yourself. Listen to a record by yourself. Not all the time. Not all the time. It's not a reflection of how you feel about your partner. It's not. Not all the time. Sometimes comic book by yourself. Hang out. But sometimes you don't want to play Madden against somebody else. You don't want that to be an experience. Sometimes you want to play the computer. Because this game, the goal is not to beat somebody else. The goal is to run for 300 yards with Barry Sanders.
This for
That's
you.
the goal. Sometimes you playing the franchise. And masturbation is me playing against the computer.
It's franchise mode.
This
Franchise
franchise
mode.
mode. I'm in franchise mode. Can I
That's-
fucking be in franchise
That's great.
mode?
That's what's up.
I'm in
That's gonna
franchise
catch on
mode.
right there.
I'm in franchise mode. and I'm
franchise
trying
mode.
to like in
Text
franchise
your wife.
mode.
I'm in franchise mode.
I'm in
trying to
franchise
hit
mode
different.
tonight.
I got
I can't.
stats.
I franchise
I'm trying
mode
to
already.
see. I'm in franchise mode, baby. I'm not. This is not me playing online. The homeboys ain't at the house. We ain't eating no Popeyes. We not passing the sticks around. I just turned on the game and I'm in franchise mode.
Just got right
To
to it.
me, that is important. And just let a nigga be in franchise mode every now and again. Now, if I'm in franchise mode too much,
Call me out.
completely okay
Yeah.
to send that friend request, right? Like, if I'm in franchise mode too much, it's completely okay to send that friend request and be like, yo, so-and-so wants to play the game. Baby, let's I accept your invite.
Let's play. Yeah.
But that's the thing. And it's not a slight to the women, to the beautiful women. It's not a slight to any of that. But it is
They're in franchise mode too. You know what I mean? It's not.
I hope so.
I would encourage them
I
to
would
be
hope
in
that. I wish
franchise
they
mode.
were.
They
They're in
got all
franchise
different
mode.
types.
Get
I
to
don't think it's a
Roses and
one-way
fucking
street.
sucker
Just know that.
2000s and all of that stuff. Get in
Man.
franchise mode.
Get on
man.
franchise
Shit.
mode. Get that
Make
shit.
a trade.
It's 21st
Don't
century.
trade in the
Everybody,
roles for the
everybody
little-
needs a moment to get in franchise mode.
Yeah, everybody needs
But you know
franchise
what?
mode.
That woman that you retweeted though, I dated somebody like this once. They think she might think of that as cheating.
Yeah, that's.
Have you ever dated somebody that thought masturbation was cheating? If you did,
Yeah, I get that though. I understand.
I had a
understand
friend
the
of mine's
framework for the
wife that
thought.
actually tried to end their relationship over that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Oh
that's
man.
cheating. Yeah.
Wow.
It entertained
Infamous.
us, made us laugh. I wish I had the franchise mode lingo at that
Yeah, I
point.
mean
It would've been
franchise
great.
mode is clutch, man. We don't.
Joel 1.0. We got McShay's board that we have as a reference point. Frias has pulled that, so we're gonna get your 1.0 board, and then we'll look at the expert Todd McShay, and we'll see how they line up.
Frias, are you gonna post my board? He already sent me the social media graphic. I wanted to surprise you all with my big board. What y'all think about that?
I need Billy's thoughts on Joel's pose right there.
Frias did that. Frias did that. I didn't pick that picture, man.
No, you picked that picture.
I didn't pick that picture. Frias did that, but I didn't. I let him go with it though. I was like, you know what? I like that.
Why'd you call for the big board before you said any names? Like for the people listening, they don't.
Oh
know
no, I
what's
want
on
people
it.
to take a look. I want you guys because I'm just going to go to a quick thing.
Can watch us on Spotify or YouTube if you don't see Joel's picture right here. If you're just listening,
I'll give you the big board real quick. I'm just going to go 1 through 10, and then we can.
So this is 1.0. We're going to get multiple big boards.
Multiple big boards before the draft. We'll probably get up to a 3.0 if I can get.
So we have a house divided here at the Ringer, as I said before. We have the fantasy draft guys, we have Todd McShay, and now we have Joel Anderson. So you can decide which of the three parties you want to align with. I think I'm personally aligned with Joel's big board. Van,
I appreciate that.
I don't know how you stand. Are you a McShay guy? Are you a
this looks good to me. I actually haven't checked in on McShay's recently, but this board looks good to me.
So Joel, you say that we're not on your side. We both already said right now we're on your side.
I appreciate it. Yeah, thank y'all. I appreciate it. Y'all like the board. Also, shout out to my guys at the Ringer NFL Draft Show. Their pod really informed a lot of my thinking there. So shout out to Danny's and Craig.
So you plagiarized.
No, I said that. I just see Tate. It didn't take shit for you to just jump off the bandwagon. Like you turned the corner and you were like, man, that was a weird turn, and you got right off the bandwagon, dog.
I'm on the bandwagon. I'm on the wagon.
All right,
explain to us how you got there.
So I'm going to read out the 10 so everybody listening at home can see who the top 10 is, and then I'll tell you my reasoning.
Okay.
Number 1, Reuben Bain. Number 2, Caleb Downs. Number 3, Jeremiah Love. Number 4, Arvell Reese. Number 5, Sonny Styles. Number 6, Fernando Mendoza. Number 7, Francis Maioga. I should have looked that name up before we got started, but whatever. People will correct me in the mentions, I'm sure.
I mean, you called Elliot Cadeau Eli Cadeau, so I don't think anyone's.
Did I say that? Well, I think his friends might call him Eli for short. You know what I'm saying? Number 8, Mansour Delane. Number 9, Kenyon Sadiq. Number 10, David Bailey. Okay. Yeah. So I'm just going to say that, like, obviously, these are my 10 favorite players. You know what I mean? Like, this is not in this draft. It doesn't mean that this is the order they're going to go in, certainly. And, I have 3.
You got one quarterback in the top 10.
One quarterback in the top 10. Yeah, I mean, I think that's about right.
It's Mendoza. A lot, and while a lot of people are talking about now, led by the ESPN. They're talking about Ty Simpson now.
Big Daddy.
Not me. Not me. I think I still have more tape to grind. Maybe he might crack that top 10 at some point. Not much tape to evaluate. He's going to play 15 games.
You say you going to crack? Okay. Cool.
Crazy, man. You know what I'm saying? Why don't Billy step in when y'all be in Jaden Ivey, man? You know what I'm saying? Anyway, that's what I'm saying. But so, just so people, just as you remember, I have 3 Ohio State defenders in the top 5. Okay.
Right. Arvell Reese, Caleb Downs, Sonny Styles, right?
Yeah. I got this from Reddit CFB, to show that it's not beef. We over. The metrics consensus power ratings ranks that 2025 Ohio State defense is the 3rd best defensive team since 1941. Okay.
Shit.
Yeah. It's one of the best defenses in college football history. They obviously didn't win the national championship. But if you remember that game against Indiana, it ain't like Fernando went up and down the field on them. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of Ohio State talent up here. All right. You want to know the other 2 teams that they had ahead of Ohio State?
Yeah, please.
2011 Alabama, 2021 Georgia.
Interesting. Yeah.
I was going to say Georgia probably is in that mix.
Yeah, right up there.
Yeah.
That's right.
TCU do that.
Yes.
Are you allowed to?
I mean, what did TC do in UNC football this year, man? What are you talking about, Tate? Like, what is going on? What did we do to y'all, man? You know what I'm saying? I'll try to be easy on y'all.
Y'all beat that ass.
We're going to go to Dublin and you know what I'm saying? But what's up?
Are you allowed to wage a war and go like all season criticizing Reddit CFB, then use them as a source for your rankings?
Tough.
Yeah, that was
tough. It is tough.
I said I didn't like what they did. I said I didn't like what they did. What the fuck?
But you just hit what Tate said.
I'm asking. We're gonna play a game coming up.
Is that whole shit? Oh
I just asked. We're gonna play the game.
See, man, look.
What
we had to replace one.
Joe, that attitude is why. Look, that attitude right there. That's why y'all didn't get Lloyd or May. You know what I'm saying? That kind of attitude that UNC. Y'all quick to bite a brother. You know what I'm saying? Look how y'all did Hubert Davis. You know.
Hey, Hubert's all right. He's getting paid $5 million.
Back to the big board now. So, are there any notable Tate? Are there any
Snubs.
notable
What do you think about
snubs
this?
from
Yeah,
from
so
the big
Frias,
boards
can we
here?
pull up McShay's big board?
Yeah, put McShay's board up real quick.
Yeah, so we can take a look. We can see who Joel snubbed.
Can you
Man,
put the fucking board up where we can see it?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I can't read that, man.
Frias, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say it in that way.
Y'all don't have
Jeremiah Love is at 1, Sonny Styles is at 2, Arvell Reese is at
Yo,
3.
you can read that shit?
Yeah.
you don't have glasses,
at,
man.
Mendoza's at 4, Downs is at 5, David Bailey 6, Ruben Bain 7. How do you say the last name that you wanted to say?
Francis Mauga, I think.
There you go. I like to hear Joel's version of it. Mansour Delane at 9, and then Cardell Tate at 10.
I think we may have
Cardell
mostly
Tate.
the
I
same.
say Cardell because of Cardell Jones. Carnell Tate. So there you go.
Yeah, we don't. I don't have Carnell Tate in my top 10.
So you snub Tate.
I snubbed
as a
Tate. And I got
tradition.
Kenyon Sadiq. Yo, look, see, hey, look, man. I tried to have your back, and I put Kenyon Sadiq up in there in my top 10.
Do you think you're falling for the draft combine with Sadiq
Absolutely.
a little bit? Okay.
absolutely?
At least you admit it. Yeah.
Yeah, he's one of the most athletic tight ends to ever enter the NFL draft. He's like a souped up Vernon Davis. And last year he had some production. You know, like he led the FBS in touchdowns for a tight end last year. He was a leading receiver for that team. So it's not like, you know, there's nothing that goes with the tape. He's put at least a little something on tape. I understand that people fall for this kind of shit all the time, and he could be like Eric Ebron or whatever, or even Vernon Davis. I mean, Vernon Davis had a good career, but he wasn't with everything.
Don't disrespect my boy Eric Ebron. Come on.
Oh, that's right. He's a UNC guy, man. My
yeah,
bad,
damn, man.
Vernon Davis was good enough to be a good player. Vernon Davis was a good player, no doubt.
He was a good player.
But people thought he was going to revolutionize the position and kind of be more akin to what Brock Bowers is today.
Exactly. So
Do you think he's better than Tyler Warren?
Man, it's a tough one. I mean, I would want to find out because of all the athletic gifts. That's the thing. You look at him and I'm just like, oh yeah, like I can imagine a scenario in which he thrives because of that athleticism. He's going to be hard to deal with. But man,
But what about like a Kyle Pitts? You know what I mean?
See, that's the one thing, because I thought Kyle Pitts was can't miss. I was like, there's no way that he's not going to be a star in the NFL, and it didn't happen. And so it's entirely possible. But I think Kenyon Sadiq is a high upside guy, and that's why I have him in my top 10, where maybe some other big boards you see may not have him in their top 10.
So Sadiq goes 6'3", 240.
Yeah.
Pitts is
almost
6'6", just for
What happened?
reference. Kyle
What?
Pitts is 6'6", just for reference.
Kyle Pitts is 6'6". I mean, we've seen bigger tight ends, particularly in the last decade.
Yeah.
All the tight ends were supersized, like ex-basketball players, 6'5", 6'6", 6'7" sometimes. But you're seeing Bowers now, guys like that, a little bit more compact, almost like receiver hybrids, have some success.
Using them in the slot.
Use them in the slot. Here's the deal, though. When you have a guy that fits that type of bill, the technical aspects of the position get magnified because you're not simply out big and out stronging people. I'm not saying that any of those guys weren't adept route runners or any of this stuff like that, but when you had Jimmy Graham and you had Gronk and you had Gates and you had some of those other guys, like those are gigantic guys that could out physical people, they could jump ball people, they can do all of that stuff. Sadiq is a fantastic athlete, but if he's going to be used in the way that you're going to use the Browers and stuff because he's a little bit more of a tweener in terms of size, then his ability to get in and out of breaks, his ability to sit down in zones, all of that stuff is going to be really, really impressive because he's going to have used those athletic gifts after the catch. You think he can do that? Yeah,
well, I think it's possible. And I think the reason it's worth the risk is because the athletic profile is so crazy. Right. Like now we know that there's not a lot of correlation between production and 40-yard times. Like, so usually the thing that 40-yard dashes do determine is if you can't play in the league at all. Like if you run so slow that it's like, look, we can't even make a reasonable argument for this. But we know that 4.39 does not matter so much. It's going to be more about his short area quickness or whatever. But I'm betting on that in this draft. I don't think it's the deepest draft ever. I think it's a solid draft. And I'm just like, you're telling me the most athletic tight end in NFL history, at least at the outset going into the combine, is in this draft. I might have to take a flyer on him.
And right now he's number 14 to the Ravens, or at least mocked that way. Number 14 to the Ravens. So he'd be there with Mark Andrews, which feels like a good match. You know what I mean? Two totally different styles, two different types of tight ends, and Lamar Jackson as your quarterback. That could be a good fit.
Yeah.
Explosive, an explosive offense. He's going to be able to stretch some of those linebackers he's going to be way too big for any nickelbacks or anybody like that to guard him. I mean, you'd have to have a really physical nickel or someone like that had like insane coverage skills. That's going to be kind of a physical mismatch in a lot of ways. But those backers are just not going to be fast enough. So in a realm where you can use his one-on-one skill set that he has, I mean, he's going to be a matchup nightmare. The question is, like, will he have the technical ability to take advantage of that? And look, I didn't see anything. I watched Oregon games last year. He was getting open.
Yeah.
He was getting open. He was making moves. That offense wasn't, people talk about the production from him. That offense wasn't quite as explosive.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, as
as the year prior, really.
As the year prior,
yeah,
right?
The receivers were hurt all year too.
Yeah, there's a lot of new pieces on that offense. So I'm not so sure if his, I guess, relative lack of production has as much to do with him as it had to do with, that offense kind of getting up to speed, putting new players in new positions and stuff.
Joel,
for all intents
and
purposes, go ahead. Tate.
Well, I was going to pitch you another player that maybe you add to 2.0 that might, get a lot of attention as we get closer to the draft. Caden Proctor, Alabama, offensive tackle.
I like him. He's huge. The thing is that he never really seemed to put it together. Like, he's always been about a lot of potential. But last year, and particularly some big games, I kind of felt like he got tossed around a little bit. You know what I mean? Like, he didn't flash like a dominant left tackle. But I do think that there's probably a lot of, he's like 6'6", 352.
I just feel like you get down to like
gifts.
9, 10, 11 range, and you got like 3 receivers staring at you, like Tate and some of these other guys, and you're just like, why don't I just take a swing on Proctor and see if he works?
I'll tell you something like that, though. You make a bad draft pick on a left tackle, you are fucked.
Well, you move him to right tackle.
Oh, well, you move him to right tackle, like you move him around, like it. I get it. I think Proctor's a good player, but there are times when the athleticism and the dominance did not show up. Not only that year, but the year before. Like, there was times when fucking message boards were complaining about Proctor.
Right.
He did. He did figure it out, but like,
guy that size that can move like that, though.
He's true, but you want a lineman like that to have dominant college football tape. You just do. You want that.
I like Freeling as well from Georgia. I just feel like some of these offensive linemen are going to sneak into the top 10. Yeah.
I can see that. Yeah, I didn't love this class. The only one I've got in there was my boy. Yeah, Francis. And people keep calling him Burley. And I just remember when Miami didn't have anything else going, when it was clear that either Carson Beck was hurt or just couldn't find the open receiver, they could always go behind that right tackle and put what was Mark Fletcher right behind him. So he was the one thing that they could depend on offensively, along with Mark Fletcher and Malachi Toney as well. But so yeah, man. So I really like him. But yeah, I think this is sort of a weak offensive class. But yeah, I get why you would look at Pryor and be like, I could take a chance on that. He's got a lot of upside, and maybe he'll figure it out in the league.
Yeah, I'm looking at this mock draft. They have David Bailey, number 2 to the Jets. So
man, whoever
number 10.
So if Bailey goes number 2, I'm gonna have real concerns for him, bro.
You would take Arvell Reese over him, right? That's what you're saying?
I would, but I also think Arvell Reese is going to have problems. I think my ranking of Arvell Reese is sort of hampered in part because I know that he's going to go to the Jets, or at least I thought he was. But you see in this mock draft that has David Bailey going. But
this is Schrager. I'm just going off, and Schrager kind of.
My concern is that Aaron Glenn gets fired next year, and then somebody's going to have to figure out what to do with him, right? And the next coach that goes to the Jets probably be an offensive-based coach because they'll probably draft a quarterback next year. And it's just like you're going to have to go through that. So whoever goes into that situation is going to struggle.
So if you're the Jets, you're taking Ruben Bain.
Yeah, probably.
He's number 1 on your big board.
Yeah, he's like, the thing is, I love it. I don't want that for him. But one of the things about Ruben Bain is he was a table setter for the Canes. Like, I just watched too many games last year where he was the best player on the field. And that was even with Fernando Mendoza. He was totally wrecking shit in the early part of the national championship game, And
Mesidor. Mesidor is also a first-round pick.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, Mesidor is fucking amazing.
Yeah, the only thing about Mesidor is he's already 25 years old. Like, that's just it's old. But Ruben Bain, he's massive. He has great power and balance. He plays mean. Like, I like a motherfucker that plays mean. It looks like when he puts his hands on you, everything stops. So I love Ruben Bain. I would hate to see him go to the Jets, but the problem is that I don't want to see anybody go to the Jets.
Schrager's got him mocked to the New Orleans Saints, man. Number 8.
Okay.
Replacing Cam Jordan.
I'll take that. Huh? Are you a Saints fan?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure. Cam Jordan's going to be a big loss, just culturally. What a guy.
Yeah, he's been there for so long. Yeah.
So productive, underrated. You don't think about
just
him
like the nicest guy. I've only met him once.
Guy,
so nice,
great cultural ambassador.
Y'all met him before? Or what's up?
I met him once at the Super Bowl. Yeah,
I saw him one time. Yeah,
saw him
one time on Radio Row.
He was like a guest on the show.
Radio Row down there.
Radio Row. Yeah, exactly.
Okay, covering the Super Bowl. That's what's up.
Well, they always got like something to promote.
I'm looking at the best tight ends in the league right now. You know what's funny? Is I never really paid that much attention to this, but Sadiq is, I mean, that's basically where tight ends are now, for the most part. A couple of guys, like where Sadiq is right now, basically where tight ends are. So the size thing isn't as much as a consideration. Like most of these guys are around, like, you have some guys at 6'4", 6'5", but most
Bowers
of these guys
is about that size. Wasn't he? Like Bowers like 6'3",
well, Bowers is a physical freak. Like Bowers is a freak.
Yeah.
We'll talk. Bowers might not be a freak in terms of like all the measurables, although he ran fast and he did all of that stuff. But just like Bowers as a technician at that, Bowers is something else. He's completely different. He's amazing. But when you look at these guys, Kittle, Laporta, all of those dudes, like that's the size that they're around. That's like what the position is right now.
That's the profile, man. And so he really fits it. I'm just like I can see it working.
Yeah.
Y'all ain't got nothing on Fernando Mendoza, man. I'm kind of surprised. I dropped.
Well, we got to do our game, ho or no. We're going to talk about Mendoza.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Let's get into it right now.
Should we do it? All right. So here we got 5 headlines, 5 stories, and we're going to do ho shit or no shit. Ho shit would be obviously, some ho-like behavior. No shit would be like no problems here.
Did you find something for number 5 or whatever? Did you find a new one for the one that we dropped out of the show?
Yeah. I think you mentioned it earlier. We're going to throw it in there. Number 1 here, Fernando Mendoza skipping the 2026 NFL draft as, I think a little bit of a shock. He's going to be the number 1 pick by all accounts to the Las Vegas Raiders, but instead he wants to be with his family in Miami. Joel, you are the purveyor of this mentality. Ho shit or no shit. Fernando Mendoza skipping the draft. Ho shit or no shit?
Not ho shit to me. I know Billy was hating. Billy was like, "This is stupid. He should be in Pittsburgh." I was like, "Oh, really?
Going after Billy?"
Wow. Yeah, you going after your South Florida Jesuit brethren, man.
Nah, he's a betrayer to the Jesuits, if we're gonna be honest with you.
A betrayer to the Jesuits.
Yeah, he left the Jesuits to go join the Marists. There's some inner Catholicism beef going on there with him.
Billy, did you know that the Jesuits at Georgetown was going broke, and the Jesuits there sold a bunch of slaves to pay for Georgetown going broke, and those slaves are my ancestors in South Louisiana.
Maybe Fernando knew about that.
Maybe Fernando Fernando didn't want to fucking be a part of that.
Yeah. I mean, Joel's a Jesuit. Did he know that?
I don't know if mine had
anything. Joel.
I went to straight
Whoa, raise the roof for slavery, Joel. Like,
wait, I don't know if that branch of the Jesuit.
Joel, you
order,
a Jesuit?
No, I don't. I went to Catholic high school.
What was the name of it? What was the name?
Straight Jesuit.
Oh,
Straight Jesuit.
It was called Straight Jesuit.
Yeah, Straight Jesuit. Yeah,
no question about it.
Old guy.
Wait.
It would be
school was
Jesuit. It would be like to everywhere else is Houston Jesuit, but it's actually named after some guy.
Van, your thoughts, ho or no on Straight Jesuit?
Straight Jesuit, that's kind of some whole shit.
Straight.
Hey, nigga, we straight Jesuit, nigga.
I mean, people knew the J. People knew the J when I was there. And I said again, I don't know if this particular
he's a J.
You know he a J.
Also, I don't know if that particular order of the Jesuits were involved in the slave trade. The ones over in Georgetown can't speak for, but the ones that fed the Straight Jesuit in Houston, I don't know if they were directly tied to the slave trade. They might have been, but everything is tied to the slave trade.
I'm just saying, I'm just saying.
You're an LSU fan. You're a motherfucking Tiger. So you know what I'm saying. So you understand.
Hey, I'm a motherfucking Tiger. I guess
I'm a
motherfucking Tigers. I'm saying, just personally though,
you volunteered for it. You know.
The personally though, the Georgetown 272, like those people. I'm from those people, so I hear about the Jesuits. I'm like, where's my shit? It's all great. Like, where my shit at? Jesuits, where my shit at? So tell Straight Jesuit right now.
Go to Georgetown.
Where my shit at? We went to Georgetown, but the Jesuits is everywhere. Where my shit?
But I don't think they all the same.
Yeah.
I don't think all orders of the Jesuit are the
Ben
same.
said, give me that. Yeah.
Boy, Joel, what
but
you
also,
sound
I'm
like
not really,
right now, bro.
if they've got the money to give, they
Joel
should give.
Whitlock.
They should give. I'm surprised you. I'm surprised you're not too afraid to talk about race right now. Like tripping.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I'm just saying,
I was
bro.
afraid. Okay, all right. All right. Hey, look, like I said, you take that up with the Jesuit order that feeds straight Jesuit in Houston. I don't know nothing about that. I've not been on that campus in many, many years, although next month is my 30-year high school reunion.
Are you gonna go?
Hell no.
All right. So I'm gonna say
no. I'm gonna say no shit here.
I'm gonna say no shit too. If he want to be with his family, I mean,
agree.
he could have brought his fucking family to the draft. But
That is true.
like if he want to be with his family, he don't want to go. That's cool. Normally the first pick does go, but not all the time. You know what I mean?
Trevor Lawrence didn't go in 2021.
Yeah. So like if he don't want to go, that's cool. I don't have a problem with it. So I'm gonna say no shit here. Stay with your family, man.
Let's stay. We'll say no to the first story. The next one, and the reason why this was on the list is because Lil Wayne actually quote tweeted this story and said it was hoe behavior.
Yeah. He said Gino is a hoe.
He said Gino is a hoe, basically. So Gino, Ariema, Dawn Staley, a tussle in the Final Four. This was supposed to be a handshake, but instead we got a tussle on the court, and it led to Dawn Staley at one point saying, "I'll beat Gino's ass." So I think Gino would be the question here, hoe or no. Again, Joel, we'll go to you first because this is your game. Gino Ariema, hoe or no?
Yeah, I mean, that was definitely. I mean, obviously, it was hoe shit. I mean,
Yeah, for sure.
It was obviously hoe shit. He had to apologize, and again,
Twice.
Yeah, twice. And
he put out a statement without Dawn Staley's
her
name mentioned, and then he put out a separate statement that he had called Dawn Staley, and then talked about how he lost the most Final Fours in history. He kind of did a humble brag in his apology. So.
Yeah, I mean, the thing about Gino is that, like, obviously he's one of the greatest basketball coaches in history, but I'm just also reminded that, like, the late great Pat Summitt did not like him.
Yeah, I'm a Pat Summitt.
Yeah, and they stopped playing.
And I love Dawn Staley.
Yeah, remember once upon a time, children. UConn versus Tennessee was a huge rivalry in women's college basketball. And then Pat Summitt, the coach at the time, stopped playing them. First of all, it was really related to she thought Gino had cheated in the recruitment of Maya Moore or whatever. But whatever. But anyway, so yeah, I think it's some hoe shit. Gino's been on some hoe shit before, dog, and it's
Candace Parker said he's always been on some hoe shit.
I mean, look, bro, the thing is, man, he's 72 years old, man, and there's a thing in life where you just like, hey, is this about you losing your grip? Or like, hey, why can't you control yourself in public? Or is it just like, this has always been who you are and you had some sort of beef with Dawn Staley? But yeah, hoe shit.
He was a fucking sore loser. They lost. They were undefeated. It's happened to them before. The fact that they have 3 or 4 like crazy undefeated streaks. When did this happen? It happened in the 90s. It's just a testament to how good he's been over the past 30 years. But he sees Don coming. South Carolina is going to be around. Don is a young, energetic coach. Total hoe shit. Total hoe shit. Take the L. Get your ass back on the bus and figure it out for next year. Total hoe shit. Total hoe shit from Gino. 100% hoe shit.
Yeah, and she beat him in the national championship game in 2022. So it's not like this hasn't happened before. I know I think Gino's 10-6 now against her all time. So he still has, a better winning record. But Dawn has owned kind of this decade over Gino. It just felt very out of character. And for Dawn, I thought it was hilarious. I thought she was the big winner. Then they lose to UCLA, and she, kind of gave Coach Corey a lot of credit after the game and handled that with class. So Dawn Staley was the big winner. So, either way, Gino, hoe shit is the answer.
Have y'all been over to UCLA, man, to celebrate, the championship?
They were on Kimmel last night. I watched them.
Yeah, they went to Jimmy Kimmel, yeah.
Gabriella Jaquez, Jaime Jaquez's little sister. Big
Lauren
fan of her.
Betts.
She was at the
Kiki
Final Four in
Rice,
2021 when I was there.
The niece of Susan Rice, I found out. Championship night,
Interesting.
Yeah.
And
Lauren
dates
Betts, also
Case
a
and
transfer,
Wallace.
by the way. Oh yeah, she dates. That's right. She dates Case and Wallace as well.
Yeah. So there you go. All the connections at UCLA basketball. Next up, LeBron James saying that the Memphis Grizzlies is one of his least favorite places to go, and also says that they should move the team to Nashville. Now, this has caused quite a stir. He said it on a golf channel or like a YouTube golf channel situation. I think it was, what are their names? the Bobs or Bob Does Sports, I think.
I definitely don't know. Yeah.
Well, Bob Does Sports, I think, is who it was. Anyways, LeBron says this. Van, I'll go to you first here. Memphis is fighting back. They're not happy about this. Ho shit or no shit?
Damn right.
I'm not gonna call it necessarily ho shit. All right.
Protect your Laker.
Yeah. Well, I'm not protecting my Laker or anything. I already talked about this. Like, I'm not gonna call it necessarily ho shit. I'm not gonna call it ho shit. Like, I'm not gonna call it necessarily ho shit. I think ho shit is strong. Calling a black
Van
man
don't want to
ho-
stay in a Western. Van don't want to stay at a Western either. That's what it is, right? You too good for
I mean,
a Western?
that has nothing to do with it. Like, I'm not gonna call this necessarily ho shit, but I was very surprised, about that.
He called out Milwaukee as well. So I mean, that's
not. I don't care about that.
That's a white people
Like,
city.
look, we talked about this on Higher Learning. When I go back to Baton Rouge, I'm like, I don't stay with Mama and Momo because it's a small house, and I don't want to like get in the middle of like all of that stuff right there. I don't want to like crowd their house. My mom and my grandmother live together. It's a 2-bedroom house. It's a smaller house. They got a lot of stuff. They would love for me to stay there, but like I don't want to crowd their shit. So
what about the couch? You couldn't sleep on the couch?
Could sleep on the couch, but I don't want to. Okay, that's not a thing. Okay. But what I will say is this though. Baton Rouge is not a hotel city. It's not. There are many hotels there because people come in to watch LSU, but there are no nice ones. Not really. I mean, the Watermark is okay. The Hilton.
What's that one over near the old Barnes and Noble? What was that hotel? Was that a Marriott?
What are you talking about?
I-12.
What are you talking about that?
It's like there was like a if you got off the freeway and then there was like a Barnes and Noble over there, and I think that's
about Perkins. That's a Books A Million.
No,
but
man,
anyway,
that used to be anyway. Go ahead.
Yeah, but like there was a newer Renaissance. It was all that kind of stuff like that. It's not a hotel city. It is what it is. Like if you put a Four Seasons in Baton Rouge, the place is not gonna be able to keep up. It's not that they don't have that kind of economic base there. Cool. That's one thing. But to say that the team should move, I would expect LeBron James to have a little bit more foresight into what that means and to be a better caretaker of the people of Memphis and to consider what that would mean for them. Like, there's a lot of data that says that maybe these NBA teams are not the economic boom for these cities that we think that they are. Like, I explored some of that data. Like, when you look at places like Seattle or other places when these teams move, the economics don't change necessarily that much. People spend money in different places. I'm not trying to go against the data, but what I will say is there would be a shock to the system in the immediacy of the move because people would lose their jobs and all of that stuff, right? It was a black people in a black city, and you would expect
and they support the Grizzlies.
You would expect LeBron James to think about that. But he's also not a perfect person that's thinking about that every time he opens his mouth. The optics of that situation were absolutely brutal. And everybody that pointed that out, I think that's fair. I'm not gonna necessarily call it ho shit, but there's no we got ho shit and no shit. So it's not no shit. So I guess I gotta call it ho shit. I guess that's what I gotta call it. But it's just hard for me.
Don't cuck out.
I'm just being for real. Like, I wouldn't call a nigga a hoe. See, the thing is, I wouldn't call a nigga a hoe, so I'm trying to be responsible with my words. You would be irresponsible.
I would never call him a hoe.
Here, you would not call him a hoe to his face.
LeBron was here.
But I wouldn't call him a hoe to his face. I'd say you be doing some hoe shit, which is what he did.
You wouldn't say that to him. It's a lie.
That's saying
I'd be like,
we're not saying that they are hoes.
I said y'all did some hoe shit when y'all did hoe shit. And I would say it to anybody who does hoe shit.
But
I would.
If those are the choices, I don't want to call the nigga a hoe, but
yeah.
If
LeBron and I was sitting together in the same room, and we were talking about the Memphis or whatever, man, kind of that was some hoe shit. Huh? I would say it like that. That doesn't mean you a hoe, but I'd be like, that was some hoe shit, dog, for real. You can't tell people that they did some hoe shit. It doesn't have to be aggressive. It doesn't mean violence. Does it always have to mean violence when I say you did some hoe shit?
It's not the person is a hoe.
Yo, Van, your mic ain't working. You're muted, man.
You let me be with somebody that I don't really know like that, and they tell me I did some whole shit. Nigga,
But wait,
Like,
why would you
like-
sign up? Why LeBron would have to sign up to be in the same place with me though, and then presumably
All right, so
once
we're going
that
too far
entry
down
was
the fucking rabbit hole now. It's like
Yeah.
now we gotta like, why are we around? You know what the
Yeah,
fuck is going on?
the
Yeah.
entry point is here, and so then it's like, all right, well, you came in the room with me, LeBron, and so now we're talking about Memphis for
227?
some reason.
227. Yeah.
227.
Now,
Yeah, now
Tussle's
you in the room
running.
with me, and I'll just be like,
You're
yo, dog, I mean, I
227
thought
with
that
me.
was some hoe shit. Like, I think you're an admirable man. You've lived your life in the spotlight.
You're not telling him that, and that's okay
So what?
because
I
that
would
would be
tell him
fucking.
that.
You
I
didn't
would
say
tell
that
if you
to
said
Paul
that to-
Feinbaum, who's like 5'3".
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I don't think he did hoe shit, and I still need some
What?
time to think
I
through.
think he's done.
Man, fuck this shit,
yeah,
bro.
I
Nah,
think
bro,
he's-
Joe. Like, no, like,
Joe, I think he's
No,
done.
no. I mean,
Joe,
'cause
like,
look,
bro,
No, no.
no way, Joe.
I don't.
No way,
I don't.
bro.
It's a category of something else. It's not hoe shit with Paul Feinbaum.
No,
I just
no
fundamentally
way, bro.
disagree with his viewpoint on the world and politics. Like that's more than hoe shit.
Maybe hoe shit.
With Braun did, I'm just like, bro, like that kind of was on some hoe shit. But you're a
Feinbaum
good
pretended
dude.
he was gonna run for office.
Right. Yeah, I mean, it goes beyond hoe shit. Hoe shit is not a tremendous violation.
That's okay. Thank you.
Oh, your hotel. What's up? You're gonna get a little. What kind of service was you about to get?
What?
Cleaning service, Joel.
Oh,
Okay.
my God, dog.
This isn't franchise mode.
Okay,
Yeah, this ain't really franchise mode,
You
bro.
about to go franchise mode. Yeah, no, but you know it was some hoe shit. I don't have no problem saying that, and I don't think LeBron is a hoe. I mean, I think that he's a good dude, a good brother. He's been in the spotlight most of his life. I'm awed at the way that he's been able to conduct his life under the spotlight for all.
So you
these
I-
cooking. So you cooking.
unbelievable.
So yeah, when I did all of that.
No, I'm
and
not
tried
cooking.
Yeah.
No,
No,
but he did
When
hoe
I
shit
did all
though.
of that and tried to contextualize it for who LeBron James is, you
Oh,
called
no,
me a cook.
man.
Now look at
Yeah,
you.
because-
LeBron James deserve an award.
It
for all the
speaks to
stuff
the
he did.
complexity of
And
man.
remember when he
Any
scored
of us can do
29 in a
hoe shit.
row? He
You
scored
ain't never done
29
hoe
in a row.
shit?
Yeah.
Man, you ain't never done hoe shit? You've done hoe
Yeah.
shit before. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Everybody. I think a lot of
Yeah,
people.
Tate,
would
I'm
say
sure
they-
Tate has done it. I know
Everybody's
Billy's
done some
it.
hoe shit.
You know what I'm saying?
That's the
So
thing.
anybody's
That's
done
to
hoe shit.
clarify the segment. This is not saying that the people are
Yeah.
hoes. It's saying that they did some hoe
It's
shit,
just-
which
it's
is
just some hoe
Joel's
shit.
definition. That's why it's his game and his
Yeah, that's
creation.
right. I'm the one that.
Um,
Yes, that's
yeah.
right. I
Yeah,
get
you
say.
did this. I also had a friend of mine who's a lifelong LeBron, like he just loves LeBron, everything LeBron, and he said that it was quote unquote country club talk. You know what I
Bro,
mean? So
It
that's
was
how
a
he
country
that's
club
how he
code switch.
rationalized it.
What-
You know,
This is why it was hoe shit. Bro, LeBron, do you really give a shit about NASCAR, Vanderbilt, and the Predators?
That's
'Cause
what I'm
Nashville-
saying.
Yo,
I think he was
Nashville
just-
has
I think he was
they
saying
got
what he thought they
NASCAR
wanted to
and
hear.
fucking
You know what I mean?
Vanderbilt.
yeah.
What? What are you talking about? What are you gonna go do over at Vanderbilt?
I don't
Brian?
I don't think LeBron believed what he was saying. I think he
That's
was
what
just
I'm
saying
saying.
it to
It's
placate
weird.
his audience. So I don't blame him.
The
I'm gonna
Predators-
go no
look-
shit. I'm gonna go no shit here. Joel is 100% ho shit. Van is in the middle, leaning towards no
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
Joel says
100%.
LeBron.
You tried to make money off of Lorraine Motel just 2 months ago. Just
Yeah.
2 months ago, you tried to sell those
forgot
shoes that had
about
the
that,
colorways.
dog.
I forgot about
What
that, too.
the
You were
fuck?
in-
So
you
maybe
did
that's why
yourself
he's
some
upset.
2
Maybe
months
that's
ago.
part
Yeah,
of the. So that would be kind of ho
I
shit.
mean, and like
Yeah, I
now it's like,
forgot
I don't
about
like
that,
that. I can't
dog.
stay there, man. That Hyatt Centric is terrible. Like, come on, bro.
Our fourth story was a different story. We've decided to kick the can on that story. Joel's going to talk about it on Press Box with Brian Curtis. They're going to get into it a little bit. But I would say that story that we did have here trends towards ho shit. But we'll leave it for a different day. We'll leave it for
Definitely
a
ho
different day.
shit. 2 hoes.
Yeah.
Y'all probably
yeah.
know what story we talking about.
Trend in that direction.
Man,
But
y'all,
we were
y'all wrong for that. Y'all
Two
we
wrong
were-
for
hoes in
that.
the middle of some ho
Y'all
shit.
wrong for that.
Hey, I'm not
We-
judging them though. Hey,
Y'all
no,
wrong
I'm
for that.
saying,
we
I'm not
said it.
judging them.
Everybody can do
Nothing.
it. Yeah.
I'm not
Nothing.
judging them. You guys probably know what we're talking about. I'm not
Just
judging them. It's not a judge. But,
There's nothing
oh,
to
hey,
judge.
can I give my take on this though?
Yeah.
All right, go. Your mic ain't working. Your mic ain't working.
Did he do it? I thought he did it on
learned out the
purpose.
I'm blowing how to learn out the water. Somebody ratted on them.
Oh yeah.
For sure.
Somebody ratted on them.
Yep.
Check your circle. Coach and reporter, check your circle. Somebody ratted on them. It's impossible. First of all, that's not Brad Pitt and Jessica Alba, right? That's not 2 people that have people with telephoto lenses following them around. That's not who that is. That is a reporter and an NFL coach. If Vrabel walked down the
I guess we
street
did that
right
before.
here, fuck it. What the fuck? This tailgate, baby. If Vrabel walked down the street right now, if he walked down the street right now in this it's not going to be that many motherfuckers that go, oh my God, it's Mike Vrabel. Do you think that my mom, Kalika, whomever else, you think they know what the fuck Mike Vrabel looks like? Nobody. But so them to be in that situation and for those pictures, take it from the TMZ guys.
I was going to say.
Somebody knows that they were going to be there.
And
somebody knows that they are fucking around, allegedly. Somebody knows, somebody read it, somebody said, come set up. This is where you're going to get the shot, man. It's one shot of the water coming out. Man. It looked like Mike Vrabel is having a franchise situation. And like, and to me, I looked at that, and I was like, oh, somebody did him or somebody did her.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if one of the spouses had hired a private eye to like get to the bottom of that or something. Like somebody got them.
Man.
Somebody got them. Easy work. Work.
So I would say the rat in the situation, that was some whole shit. You know what I mean?
Probably some whole shit. You know, they hanging out. You know, it is what it is. You know,
I don't know, man. It's funny because I almost hope they are fucking because I'm like, otherwise, I mean, just imagine how painful this must be because you just can't, there's no way to convince everybody has just assumed that something untoward is going on. And I'm like, I can kind of understand. It's like, maybe I'm willing to give them a little bit of the benefit of the doubt. I'm like, this is still a high profile source. This is a reporter who, you know, has, I mean, people, if you saw two men hanging out at a bar by a pool somewhere in a hotel, and, you know, if it was Adam Schefter and Mike Tomlin sitting around talking, and they swim trunks and a tank top. Yeah, people be like, man, I don't know, man. You think Mike fucking Adam Schefter does? You know what I'm saying? So sometimes that shit kind of happens. But the one thing that I had to say about it was that I need to see, and this is not me being a creep. This is information. I need to see if there's is it a bikini or is it a bathing suit? Because if it's a full cover bathing suit, it's a little bit more like, all right, but it's like, oh, we were going to meet, so I went and changed and got to my bikini to sit at the pool side, which is kind of on some different shit no matter what. So
I feel you.
Yeah, we'll save the rest of that conversation for press box.
I don't, there's not much else.
And higher learning.
Yeah, and higher learning. Yeah, I'll let you guys break it down, but I thought it was fair for the game. Last one, Bill Bellamy, who was going to be a guest on this show next week. He was supposed to be this week, but he decided to not be on the show because he wanted to celebrate his 61st birthday. So first and foremost, we want to say happy birthday to Bill Bellamy.
Happy birthday,
Can't wait to have him on the show.
61 years old, man.
Yeah, let's raise the roof for Bill Bellamy.
Yeah,
raise the roof for Bill Bellamy, man.
Yeah, no, Van, don't cuck out. Don't cuck out, dog.
No. So
he
did skip this episode for his birthday, which leads into the question: is this ho shit or no shit, Joel?
No, start with Van. Is it ho shit or no shit?
Okay, Van, is it ho shit?
Yeah, what is it?
I never said that it was ho shit. Are you fucking crazy?
Okay.
I never said that. What I said was I wouldn't have thought that Bill Bellamy, after you have been so up Bill Bellamy's ass, which you have been.
Nah.
It was just funny. Okay, so exactly. Okay, all right. Well, so Billy doesn't want us to do this.
Billy said we're never gonna get it.
You can do this, but every time
I got a real
about to come on, we just insult them.
Hold on, I didn't do this. All I said was, damn, he couldn't come on because it's his birthday. After Joel had been all up his ass. Like, look, Joel.
All
okay, so
up his
for
ass.
the audience doesn't know, we had Tom Segura who wanted to come on the show. Joel insulted Tom Segura.
I did not.
And so now
said he didn't know his work.
I mean, again, what
nobody
the
fuck?
knows
who Tom Segura is. One of the biggest comics out there.
Again,
Joel
is
insulted Tom
the most
Segura.
famous
So we go,
comedian of all
okay.
time.
So look, so check this out. So buzz this. So buzz this. So we didn't go, all right, you know what? No Tom Segura, cool. Tom Segura not coming on. Shout out to Tom. It's my guy. Tom Segura not coming on. Cool.
You boxed with him.
Oh, no, he's gonna come. I thought why is he not coming? I thought he was gonna come on the show.
No fucking shit. It's not happening. Okay, no Tom Segura. Cool.
Oh,
Bill
man.
Bellamy, we go. I love Bill Bellamy.
Yeah.
Me too.
Joel love Bill Bellamy.
Big fan.
Tate love Bill Bellamy.
Yep,
I put
3 for
Bill
3.
Bellamy in the Jason Weaver Hall of Fame in terms of good guys
Okay.
that been doing.
That's good.
My celebrity Hall of Fame for good guys who've done good work is called the Jason Weaver Hall of Fame.
Okay,
Right?
that's what's up. I love Jason Weaver, man.
The Jason Weaver Hall of Fame of good guys doing good shit. Jason, please don't fuck up. That's like Jason Weaver Hall of Fame. Bill Bellamy is in the Jason Weaver Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
But we was all about having Bill Bellamy. We talked so much great shit about Bill Bellamy, all of that stuff, having Bill Bellamy. And then what happened? Bill Bellamy was scheduled to come on the show, and Bill Bellamy said, fuck that shit. All right, I got shit to do. It's my birthday.
I don't think he said it. It's his birthday, man.
It's his birthday. Shout out. But I'm just saying, it's funny. It's funny to me, and all I'll say is funny that when we wanted somebody and we were effusive in our praise of this, that person went, I got something better to do. I'll do it. It's his birthday. I get it. It's his birthday. Aries shit. I'm locked down the whole 9. My birthday is next week on the 16th.
Okay.
Yeah, I get the whole,
next Thursday.
Next Thursday, the whole thing. Okay. Me and Bill. But in no way, shape, or form. You
and Bill Simmons?
In no way, shape, or form did I ever in any way insinuate that it was hoe shit in any way, Joel. I'm not gonna let you put that jacket on me with Bill Bellamy.
Okay, yeah. Just kind of.
I think we're unanimous. This is no shit, and we're excited to have Bill Bellamy.
It's no shit, and we're excited to have Bill Bellamy. We shouldn't even ask the question.
Different, and I didn't insult Tom Segura. It
would actually have been better, I think, if you insulted him. You just said you didn't even know who he was.
Yeah, well, it surely is a person of the world. He understands that not everybody is familiar with his work. You know what I mean? Like, I'm certain he doesn't go through, do you think he goes through the Whole Foods? Is there a Whole Foods in Hollywood? Do you think he gets stopped all the time? Does he need security to go through Bristol Farms and Beverly Hills? I mean, is he that famous?
Maybe.
You think?
No, I mean, not in LA.
If people stop me and say, yo, Van, what's up? Which they do all the time. People stop talking. Okay. Yeah, nigga. Okay. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, nigga.
Did anybody recognize you?
Nigga, it happens. It happens to fucking Tom Segura. Tom Segura gets fucking stopped. Tom Segura is a legitimate celebrity.
If you pull up and see Tom Segura at a stoplight in LA, you're gonna be like, oh shit. Would you do that?
Plenty of people would.
Your mic is up. A lot of people would do it.
Yeah, I think a lot of people would stop him.
Billy has some stats for you, Joel, I think.
No, so just to rewind a little bit. So you think that someone stopped you in Shreveport to ask you where to get a Philly cheesesteak when you were a local beat writer, but no one stopped Tom Segura ever? Like, you were more famous.
Oh no, I'm sure people stop him. But again, I mean, we live in a world where not everybody knows who Tom Segura is going to be. I'm one of them people. It doesn't mean that I can't get familiar with this comedy. It doesn't mean that I won't think he's funny when I get familiar with this comedy. But you guys are acting like he recorded live on the Sunset Strip or some shit like that. And I'm just like, all right, well, clearly I need to step up and get familiar with him, man.
You keep saying that, but week after week, you've become less and less familiar somehow with what it is that he does.
You said you were going to follow him. You said you were going to check out some of his stuff. That was a month ago.
He never turns up in my feed that often, but...
Okay.
I do follow.
You have a different algorithm.
Yeah.
That's right.
Hey, do you know who Nate Bargatze is?
No.
See what the fuck I'm talking about? This is you problem.
Who is that? What are you looking at?
This is a you issue. Do you know who Sebastian Maniscalco is?
No.
Joe,
these are popular comedians.
Joe, these are really
you don't
popular.
have to watch them, but you would know who they are.
Sebastian, what? What do you say?
Maniscalco.
Have you heard of Jim Carrey?
Come on, man. Yeah, man. I love Jim Carrey, man. I'm in Living Color, man. I know him from then.
I got all the box set DVDs.
Sebastian Maniscalco. This dude does not look.
Is it Maniscalco? Or is it
Maniscalco?
Maniscalco.
Yeah, never
Sebastian
seen
Maniscalco. Let me tell you how. Let me tell you how funny. Let me tell you how famous Sebastian Maniscalco is. Let me tell you how famous he is.
Okay.
He's getting lampooned on Saturday Night Live.
Yeah, right.
So enough people know him that Saturday Night Live could make fun of him.
Man.
And make another guy on Saturday Night Live famous. Yeah.
Make another guy on Saturday Night Live is famous for doing an impression of him.
Saturday Night Live. I mean, hey man, look, man, I have to, if that's what it is, I have to bow down. I don't know who Sebastian Maniscalco is, unfortunately. Nigga, I know a lot of, do you think a lot of people know Earthquake? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think a lot of people know Earthquake.
Yeah, if you watch Comedy Central, you know Earthquake.
I think a lot of people know Earthquake.
Red Grant, you know what I'm saying? People know him.
Shout out Red motherfucking Grant.
Yeah.
A working comedian that's done a lot of, shout out Red Grant. Used to be around the time. I ain't seen Red in a while.
Yeah, dog. You know what I'm saying?
Ari Spears.
Ari Spears, like these guys.
I actually went and saw Ari Spears in New York. I saw
Ari Spears at the Comedy Store.
Yeah, at a comedy store. Yeah.
These guys are celebrities, bro.
These are big. Yeah. A few months ago, a couple of months ago, I went with my homeboy to go see Roy Wood Jr. and he had a
Roy Wood Jr.
Yeah. So
everywhere.
I do comedy. You know what I'm saying? But you could ask me about some Tom Menace. I just got, I don't know all the comedians.
Sebastian.
So what's his name?
Okay. So Joel's saying you're a cultural brother. You know people of the culture outside the culture. Basically, fuck them.
I mean, I have a finite amount of time. So I have to make decisions every day about how I'm going to spend my time doing this. And unfortunately, Sebastian Maniscalco and Thompson Gurr hadn't come up yet. But again, now that
I just thought you would at least know the names.
Y'all have spoken so
you know
much
what I
of
mean?
their
I'm not
work.
saying you have to watch their sets and be like...
What's their best comedy special so I can go look it up tonight?
So there's one that Sebastian does. I've watched a couple of them. There's one that Sebastian does where I can't remember what the name of it is.
I'll look up the names of his specials.
I can't remember the names of really anybody's.
I know. Honestly, Chappelle's really the only one like Killing Him Softly that I can
even Chappelle's last special, which I watched. I can't remember the name of it.
Well, the new ones are a little bit different, but I'm saying the old the
old was Killing Him Softly, okay, the one after Killing Him Softly where he talks about going to Disneyland with his family. Like, what's the name of that one? That was hysterical too. The one where he goes, where somebody comes up to him and goes, like, "I'm Rick James, bitch," and he was like, "I don't want you to curse me out in front of my family. It's funny, right?"
You know what? I've stopped listening to Dave Chappelle, man. I haven't really gone back to him, man. Bill Bellamy, though. Bill Bellamy
invented booty calls.
I can't wait to talk to him about that.
Bill Bellamy booty call. Bill Bellamy MTV. Bill Bellamy.
What was that? Was it Def Jam comedy that he was on?
Like Def Jam, How to Be a Player, Bill Bellamy, Any Given Sunday, Bill Bellamy, Love Jones, Bill Bellamy, Bill motherfucking Bellamy. Yeah, man. Bill Bellamy been around, he the man.
AK's answer, no shit. Bill Bellamy, no shit from us.
No shit.
Oh yeah, man. You know,
nothing but respect.
His birthday same day as my little son, man. Desmond turned 4 yesterday, man.
Happy birthday, Desmond.
Little Des.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, man, my little man. He don't know.
I can't wait till we get Des on the show at some point.
I can't wait either.
I need some first person.
He would love to come and to come in here and fuck my computer up and do all kind of shit in here, man.
He says, "Sorry, Dad, I'm in franchise mode."
Yeah.
Hey, I got one more ho shit or no shit before we go.
Okay.
Ho shit or no shit. The Saturday Night Live cast member who admitted, did y'all see this?
I don't know. Hold on.
So there's a Saturday Night Live cast member. I forgot her name.
Oh, I saw this. Chloe Fineman.
Mm-hmm. They were doing something for like Vanity Fair or the New York Times or something, where they were all sitting around talking about stuff. And she admitted that when she was a camp counselor, she pulled a 6-year-old boy's pants down and exposed him because in the past, he had been pulling her shirt up. She wanted to get him back. So she pulled his pants down and pantsed him. And she says he wasn't wearing any underwear and his private parts were exposed. He was embarrassed and humiliated as the bus was going by with the rest of the campers. And she told this story out loud in front of people in public on video. Like
she was trying to do like a funny anecdote. You know what I mean?
She was trying to do a funny anecdote and she ended up doing a funny Epstein dote. And I don't know what the fuck year she thought it was. I'm not even jumping all over her like whatever. I'm saying, wow. Man. Like, what the fuck? What you on?
I don't even know if that was ho shit. That was just insane shit.
That was just insane. I'm like, what the fuck is happening with you? What you going through? What did you think they were going to say?
Is Chloe Fineman more famous than Tom Segura?
No.
Nah.
Not even close.
Not at all.
Not at all. The SNL is not popping like that anymore.
But that was an example that was just used a few minutes ago about how big something
No.
Saturday Night Live.
No.
What's his name?
Not somebody that is on SNL. Somebody that would be parodied on SNL. In order to even do that, you have to have an expectation that the audience knows who that person is.
They spoofed George Washington.
SNL did. They did Tucker Carlson.
Yeah, that's good.
That's the rule now.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
That was funny.
That's pretty good.
That's the rule. That's the rule.
They want us to see sinners.
They want us to see sinners. Y'all, hey, bro, I'm not gonna Joe gonna hate the fact that I say this.
Oh man,
you gonna hate the fact that I say this.
I don't want. Oh man, what?
The last episode of Tucker Carlson.
Oh no.
The last one, the beginning, was some of the best direct monologue talking that I ever heard before in my life. It's just fact, bro.
He still has the show. Like, where's the show?
It's on X now. Tucker Carlson doesn't like. You guys, listen. Okay, listen. You guys, I'm diametrically opposed to the majority of what Tucker Carlson believes. Right. I will say that as of late, there are some similarities on some things, right?
Oh, okay.
Okay, there are, like, just on
Black
like,
crime rate, or what is it?
Nah, shut up. On
Okay.
American adventurism and wars overseas and all of that stuff like that.
Yeah.
But let me say this though. Tucker Carlson doesn't like Mark Levin, right? Like, and this was funny. So he played a clip of Mark Levin, right, talking, because Tucker Carlson thought that Trump was going to nuke Iran. And he thought that it was coming
promised that, yeah.
Right. He thought that it was coming at the behest of people like Mark Levin, because Donald Trump had told America to watch Mark Levin's show. And then Mark Levin seemed to, in that show, make the case for nuking Iran. So Tucker Carlson played that. He doesn't like Mark Levin. He's going back and forth with Mark Levin. He played a portion of Mark Levin's podcast. And then right after it was over, he goes, "Did you get through that? Did you get through the whole thing? It's not easy. It's not easy to do. You know, it's not easy to get through that." His voice, I get it. That's why I have the transcript, so I have to play it again. And like this was so biting, but it didn't come with any vitriol. It came as like just a milquetoast observation. It was just like, I know that it was tough for you to watch that, and I'm sorry for having to have played.
Wow.
So like when I see stuff like that, I go, that was funny. I laughed so much.
You think he would get Jon Stewart now? You think if they matched up again, you think now he's ready to topple Jon Stewart?
No.
Okay.
Nobody's fucking with Jon. Jon's too smart for Tucker. But like what I'm saying is like that during that time, I think Tucker was like
he's rolling.
Yeah, but like Jon is. Nobody is gonna fuck with Jon, because Jon has that same rhetorical ability that matches with this insane ability to synthesize information on the fly based upon who he's talking to,
and flip it on you,
and you know, and he's commanding facts that bear out his worldview in a very easily digestible way for people. Jon is probably the GOAT at that right now. Okay. Jon, Mehdi Hassan, there are other guys that are just like fantastic in situations like that. Consciously, do y'all know consciously? If you put a mic in front of somebody's fucking face and just tell them, go make your point, I was legitimately in awe of Consciously. We were doing this thing for Black Revolutionary Justice at Cal State LA last week. Joel didn't support it all, but like y'all would Consciously, Big Mensa, like all of that, Butch Ware, Melina Abdullah, we're all there. Joel in no way supported. Kids were there. We were organizing, trying to do our whole thing. Saul Williams, everybody there. Joel wasn't there. Joel didn't.
I mean, I wouldn't.
Conscious Lee's from Texas, by the way, Joel. That's your people.
Conscious Lee was up there to the point to where I'm like, yo, maybe we need to put this nigga out front and let him do his thing. And it's not just his ability as an orator, it's his ability to also take information on the fly. And then I got to talk to him, and he's had all these years of debate. He started debating when he was like 11 years old and all that stuff. So he's just
you think Consciously is like on the level of a Tucker Carlson or something like that?
So I don't know that Tucker. I don't know that Tucker is like really good in debate though. Tucker is just good straight to camera, going back and forth. Although
he's like Colin Cowherd,
Although in these interviews, if you watch him with Mike Huckabee, him with Ted Cruz, he eviscerated them. But those guys are legitimately, and I'm sorry to say this, because everybody's gonna agree and be like, "Man, you ain't no fucking senator, you ain't no ambassador." Yeah, those guys are so stupid. Like they just, we're deep into political talk now, but those guys just absolutely are so captured by dogma and talking points that anyone that in any way can poke through or stay calm with them that has any command of what it is that they're talking about.
They have no answer.
They just don't know what the fuck it is that they're doing. So whatever. I'm sorry things got political.
No, man, Consciously, man. I gotta get up. Right.
Consciously is fantastic. Were you guys able to get through that? It's not easy. It's not easy. That's why I brought the transcript.
Tucker Carlson's your GOAT, dog. That's oh, man. Hey. Should we get him on the pod?
You know who he is?
Bring him on Tailgate?
Yeah, at least you know who he was.
I have heard of him. I will give him that. I have heard of Tucker Carlson.
All right, last thing before we get out of here. Overreaction of the week, and probably my favorite reaction of the week.
Can I say one last thing about Tucker?
Yeah, please.
Like, Tucker is emblematic of like what happens to me now when I'm watching this stuff. So I'm watching this stuff, and everybody I'm watching this stuff, and like, I watch a lot of right-leaning content just because I do. I consume everything. And Tucker will say something, and he'll be like, yeah, we shouldn't be starting foreign wars and all of that stuff. We shouldn't be doing any of this. I'm like, yeah, I get this. Like, yeah, we need to spend American money here. We need to spend it so that the feral Negroes of Chicago don't come. I'm like, fuck. Like we need to spend the money here, not go over foreign wars. We need to spend it here so that the feral, unhinged Negroes of South Side Chicago don't threaten. I'm like, there it is. Thank you. Get me back right. Because I'm getting
Man, I was telling somebody the other day. I was telling Karen and Rod. I was like, man, Van be watching all that kind of bullshit, man. I was like, I just can't.
Watch it all.
I want to do. I can't put that out of my. I mean, I have a finite amount of time, which is important now also because I'm gonna have to get out of here soon. So but I want to go to the next topic, Tate. So let's do it.
It's the last topic, and then we can get you out of here. You get back to your life.
Co-host,
you can, go back to doing what you need to do. This was, I think Frias has the clip here, but there was a tussle that was captured on camera. And Van, there it is. Here's the tussle right here happening. This is a father-son tussle. Van quote tweeted this video and said, "Forget father-son. This is just a typical healthy day between classmates at TCU."
Did you talk about this on the text
back in
bros?
1997? So overreaction of the week. A lot of people chiming in on this tussle. Joel, you saw this tussle.
It's ho shit.
Did it bring back memories?
Is that ho shit? Are we still doing ho shit? It's ho shit, right? That's why we had to do this last segment. Because there's nothing on the thing there's nothing on our rundown here. So you guys talked about this on
This is on the rundown. I put this on the rundown.
Frias has the tweet up already.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And the video. So obviously you guys planned this. That's fine. I'm just saying, dog,
I'm just saying, when you see this type of tussle, does it warm your heart? Does it feel like, it harkens back to a different time? Like, what are your thoughts?
I hope to tussle with my son someday and tussle with him as long as I can. And also, I tussled with my dad. Well, not really that long. My dad wasn't. My dad is a great man and a lot of different things, but nobody would ever have accused him, or at least with me, of being a fun guy. You know what I mean? So we didn't do a lot of tussling after a certain age. But I hope to tussle with Desmond for as long as I can.
Okay, I think that's great. I guess you tussle.
By the way, you all brought this shit up again. Remember how early in the gaslighting? Remember early in the show, Billy was like, well, "Joe's the only one who kept bringing up tussling. We would never talk about it, but you guys, we bring it up." And then all of a sudden,
this is the last point of the show.
The last one,
yeah.
And it just
you brought it up earlier.
Okay.
Have we brought up tussling before? Yes. Have you brought up tussling before? Yes. The reality is, when I saw this is the original tweet was talking about how important roughhousing is.
Yeah, it's
good. Father and son relationships and bonds. I completely agree. I totally agree with that, right? Those guys, that dude pulled off an incredible feat of strength. Those father and sons look like they were like the fucking kings of Wakanda. Like Black Panther got it from his dad right there. And I was just wondering, because it looks like classic tussling. I was wondering if that is what you are talking about,
right? In
the way that you guys, Frias, bring the video back up. If that is what you guys are talking about, or what you're talking about when you're talking about how you guys tussled in 227.
Yeah.
If that's
familiar, is it familiar style?
And then look, he gets through that arm lock right there. He gets under his dad's arm.
And I would say you are trying to get leverage sometimes. Like sometimes.
And then he picks that up, and then he squats dad. Dad look like gotta be about 260.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of disrespectful.
Say someone opens a door at 227. That's what they see.
Opens up. First of all, I did not ever have a.
You locked the door at 227.
I mean, y'all ready to go?
Put a sock on the door.
I cannot believe. Okay. See, man, y'all, Jaden Ivey, man, I swear, man, y'all, I swear, man, be careful, because people going to start accusing y'all of something, maybe I can get that started.
Maybe I can get that started. Can I ask you a question I've actually been wondering for a while now, but I haven't been able to ask you? Is the building that 227 was in, the dorms, whatever? Does that building still exist? Is there still a 227?
Like, can we go there?
Yeah, could this, is it?
I could answer this question really easily, but I refuse. I'm just not going to answer.
Well, why not? What if there's a gator at TCU that could walk by 227?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's no need to. Nope.
So it still exists, obviously.
I'm not going to. I don't know, man. I haven't been there in a long time. I've been on campus, I guess I was there about I guess I was there about a couple years ago because I had to go.
So like you're on campus
visitors.
and Desmond's like, where did you live when you were on campus?
Desmond is not old enough to care about any of that shit right now.
Okay.
But when you're on campus, you go by. You're curious to see.
No, I can't
like,
because you can't just get up into the. I mean,
you
you
go
can't just
by
go into the dorms.
Yeah.
Why not?
See, I'm telling you, man. All right, man, you're gonna get suspended. You're gonna be
suspended.
Suspended for how many games did Jay Diamond got suspended for? Yo, you can't just walk into a dorm.
Which dorm was it that you can't walk into?
Not going to talk about it. I refuse. I'm not going to. It's gone too far. I was thinking about, man, just imagine you fat count living your life, and then one day Prince is like, hey man, they told me you be wrestling motherfuckers in college. You know what I'm saying? It just I don't want I'm not
I didn't want to ask that. Have you had any teammates reach out to you being like, yeah, why are you talking about
I mean, just one, I wasn't, first of all, I was only on a team for 2 years. And also I had to, we can talk about it some other time. I was not, what can I say? Like a lot of people knew who I was, but I wasn't like a popular. I very much had a growth to go through in college because I was the only child. I'd never been anywhere. I'd never really been exposed. I'd never really had to share or live with other people before. So I felt like I was a fairly immature for an 18-year-old. I was mature in terms of like what I wanted to do in life and, getting to where I needed to do it and accomplishing that. But in terms of like relating to other people, I felt like I had to grow up a lot when I was in college. So again, I had a lot of friends. My boy Johnny, you know what I'm saying? My boy Johnny, who was the all-time leading rusher at Odessa Permian when he left. Odessa Permian from Friday Night Lights.
Right,
that's my dog. You know what I'm saying? So him and Lightning and man, I don't know, Slink. You know what I'm saying?
So it's
and Joel Platt.
Yes, Fat Cow, Platt, Slink, Lightning. What else are your names?
Fat Cow. Fat Count.
Fat Count, yeah.
Yeah, I said Fat Cow. Okay.
This is quite the crew you had going.
There was actually a Fat Count, and a Fat. And there was also Milk. Milk. Who else? It was just those are the days, man.
Those are the days. All right, shout out 227. Roll it up.
Yeah, let's roll it up one time.
Wouldn't it be great though, Joel, if like the person the resident of 227 now like listened to the show and they had no clue?
We'll never tell.
Why not?
Never tell, dog. Y'all are not trustworthy.
For the fall.
My kids are yelling. Come on, let's go.
The search for 227.
Search for 227.
Yeah, let's do a documentary.
Do a documentary on 227.
Search for 227.
The legend of 227.
We find Slink, we find Fat, we find everybody.
We find Slink, Fat Cow, all of them. Cow,
everybody.
Milk,
Milk.
Johnny,
Chicken Hawk.
Chicken Hawk. Okay, all of them. I'm fucking with these guys. I know these names. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's right.
Shout out
Hawk for short. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's a fair. I'd probably call him Hawk too.
Yeah, call him Hawk for short. Yeah.
Seems redundant. All right. Well, there you have it. Ringer Tailgate. Thanks to everybody for tuning into the show. Joel 1.0 Big Board is out. We'll put it out to the people. Van, enjoy San Francisco. They were watching.
Yeah, enjoy it, man. Have a good time. Tell the guys I said hi, everybody.
Joel,
say who?
And Joel's saying that a little passive aggressively, but I hope you do pass on that we say hello.
And wild out and get an IV tonight, man. Do it all.
Yeah.
This fucking guy.
There you have it. Ringer Tailgate. Thanks everybody for tuning in. And we will see you next week with Bill Bellamy. Come hang out with us then. Must be 21 or older and present in select states for Kansas and affiliation with Kansas Star Casino, or 18 and older and present in DC, Kentucky, or Wyoming. Gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER or 1-800-MY-RESET. Call 1-888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org/chat in Connecticut or visit mdgamblinghelp.org in Maryland. Hope is here. Visit gamblinghelplinema.org or call 800-327-5050 for 24/7 support in Massachusetts, or call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY in New York. For Louisiana, call 1-877-770-7867.